yet, but you are heard. Greyhawk Awakening 45, Fireside Chat with GHA Cast and Kayla. So clean it up, guys. Clean it up.
Kayla,
What?
these ears are not easy to put on.
John, that's a very bold move of you. You know, you turn 50 and then you shave your head. Like, that's a very bold move.
You guys.
I mean, you have a good shaped head.
I'm not using the sticky stuff right now either.
You do have a good shaped head, Rory. Looks good.
No, I was talking about John.
My head's not shaved.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
You know, I said a ½ inch, and I'm pretty sure this is shorter than a ½ inch.
Okay, all right. That's too many jokes there. Hey, Lord Ford. Hi, Captain Myamorph. Good to see you. We're going to be kicking off live here with video in just a moment. I'm going to go up and refresh my coffee, and I will let my amazing cast entertain you as always. We'll be on here, and it's going to be a great night. GHA Cast and Kayla, Time Lord's wife. I want all of you to be ready to shout out your socials and your streams. I want to promote all of that for you tonight, and it's going to be a fun chat.
So much pressure, jeez.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I'm
Stop
actually not
whining,
gonna speak for
dude.
a lot of this.
I'm just going to remain silent.
Oh, Rory, you must not have gotten the memo.
Rory.
Yeah, I don't want to talk about
He's like, yeah, I'm not wearing it.
Okay, fine.
I don't like mine.
I like my blue shirt.
Oh, I don't either,
lost
but I
it.
keep it somewhere.
You totally had me.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Oh, what is happening here? Yeah, so I had to go into my boxes and dig out my D&D stuff, and then we're not playing tonight.
Trust me,
I know,
I'm
right?
so sad because we're not playing next week either.
Or
I
the week
know.
after. Isn't it 2 weeks?
Or the week after,
Which
yeah.
gives me Oh, that
Which
does.
it's gonna get worse because what's that? So the 25th and 1st we're not playing. So and then I know the week of July 5th, I know I won't be able to play.
What? Oh, July 5th.
Yeah, July 5th. So we'll have a couple
That's
weeks.
out there, man. That's out there. That's out there.
Oh, crap.
Oh, there will be a week in there in mid-July that I won't be available.
There's going to be the 15th of June that I'm not going to be available.
Damn it, John
Yeah, but we're
ruins
not playing.
everything.
That's
know what?
just summer. I feel like that's just summer in D&D though. Like, do you guys
This-
find that when you guys run games, like the summer is always the hardest to get people together? This is my typical thing I'm just saying this in Canada because we don't have very long summers. So typically, like when it's super cold in winter, like everybody's consistent. All my players are consistent, and we play every single week. And then come summertime, everyone's like, bye.
No.
Oh my gosh, Phantom NJ is still driving and he took a stop to set up his audio. That is fantastic.
He's so freaking nice.
I
I love
know.
him.
Seriously.
I would murder for him.
Okay,
You guys,
so
and I would kill anybody that touched you.
I'd kill the players for you.
I'm pretty sure that Kayla would actually kill someone for him.
death.
Like after the Ren Fair, I'm pretty sure she has his back
Please
for
don't
life.
murder anybody, Josh.
I have all of your backs for life. Are you kidding me?
Ride or die.
I'm just sad I didn't get to meet Vivi in person because that was just the one person that wasn't out of the group. That
Way to be Canadian.
I know.
Yeah.
And in very true Canadian form, sorry.
Sorry. Yeah. Saw that one.
I would like to come, but you know, there's police at the border preventing me.
That's
from
where you
doing that.
fly.
I know they won't let me fly neither.
But boy,
You
with
actually
her
can't
arms
fly,
being
or you just
fired.
have to be quarantined.
I would have to quarantine.
Yeah, so you could have still came.
Yeah, but I also have a job.
You could have still came.
who needs to make money? It's
Who
not
needs
like
to
a
make
job.
money? Screw
That's what-
healthcare. They
does-
should figure
Does
it
Canada
out.
not have paid time off?
Depends on where you work. Where I work, no, they don't have
Mm.
time off. Paid time off. Nope.
Tisk,
Unfortunately,
tisk.
tisk is correct.
This list.
That's what vacation time is for.
Truth.
Very true.
that's-
Although I am
I use
currently
some
in
of
the
it.
middle of a move, so it wouldn't have been a good time for me to be quarantining because I need to get out of this house. or this
Sweet
current situation I'm in.
quarantine.
Bum, bum, bum.
Dad joke.
We need a dad joke emote now in this chat for you guys.
I think
We
do.
have one.
We have one.
Stop it. Do I just not
Well,
have access
some-
to it?
Some of
not
us
for
have it.
BlueBox.
No, it's on my channel.
And,
Oh, it's on your channel.
just yours?
There you go. Yeah, it's
could've sworn we
my
had one.
Twitter
Yeah, so
or
it's
my
like-
my Twitch channel.
I didn't realize you were the only one that had it.
Oh yeah, I've also lent it to Josh's
Thank you.
channel.
Thank you.
Yes.
I designed all of Josh's emote. No, I didn't.
No, I wish.
Just that one.
The other emotes I have were designed by Hob, and I love them. They are so cute.
Are they?
Yeah, so they've got here's a Chibi me, and then Chibi Jonah, then Chibi Ro, then Chibi Teppy.
Chibi.
Chibi,
Chevy
sorry.
Davis.
So I've got from my
Aw.
channel right
Yeah,
now.
they're
I've just
so
got
cute.
my hype, my boink, and my dad joke.
Also, now I need to get that emote that Pat Draws made of Kristen, one of my players.
Yeah.
Getting him off the dock, that was great.
So funny. Because in the session last night, I gave a little bit of insight as to why one of the players was getting this super dope horn that she now has, like a blowing horn. And it's because she killed a bristleback boar in my world, which is why she's going like this and got a chain and it's going to the boar that she's on. And then I found $20.
Oh my gosh! I just realized our dad jokes are slightly different.
What?
So if you
Is mine darker? Or yours is darker, more bold.
Oh no,
around
it's
here.
the same. I was looking at it wrong. I had got new contacts today. Okay,
Yay!
so I want to complain a little bit.
Okay, go for it.
Whine away.
I've hit that age. I went to the eye doctor today, and I said, look, I'm having a little trouble reading close stuff up, and the eye doctor said, yeah, you're about in that age range. I go, great. So what do I do? Because I wear contacts. She goes, we can give you these contacts that change based on what you're looking at, but they might make you feel nauseous. I'm like, no, I'm good not using those. So I have to buy for the first time ever reading glasses from the pharmacy. I'm like, oh, this hurts.
Well, look, so that happened to me last year. So I guess you're way earlier than I was.
It's just mature.
And I go to Walmart and I buy them for $1.50, and they're super cheap, and I got these all over the house. So
Do you know if they? I want the kind that magnet in the middle, so I can go, pink.
Oh,
Yeah.
those are so fun.
So cool.
bifocals.
Sorry.
Okay, all right. We got 21 people watching this nonsense. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. I see Robert. I see Patrick, and yes, thank you, everybody. Chris, good to see you on tonight. You have the imposter, Kristen. You are not the imposter. You are the realist, lady. Loved meeting you this weekend. Thank you so much. Asher, welcome. Yes, STW Jester. It was so fun to meet you at the Renfest this weekend. Ranger, DM, thank you so much, everybody, for joining. We're going to kick this off live. I don't know what we're doing tonight. It's going to be fun, whatever it is. And here we go. Boom, boom,
Buck
boom,
is,
boom.
like, flipping them
All
in
right,
the
so
circle. Yes, they are.
welcome to
They are.
kind of pseudo Greyhawk Awakening, number 45, entitled Fireside Chat with all the GHA cast plus Kayla, Time Lord's wife. Thank you for being with us tonight. And we're doing a special show tonight, which is both in honor of the fact that we had a great weekend at BlueBoxCon this weekend. I want to talk about that. And I don't want anyone that wasn't there to feel out of the loop. I want to embrace them. There were so many of the people that said we wish we could have been there. That I was sensitive to them in the Discord and whatnot, feeling like, well, we're celebrating the great time we had, that they couldn't be there because, frankly, I did it so last minute. It was just planned 6 weeks ago, and so it's not your fault if you wanted to be there and you couldn't. Jay, Tim. If I start naming, I'll forget so many that were in that conversation that wanted to be there. And so we'll talk about the fun stuff we did this weekend, and we'll talk about the planning for next year. But the main purpose of the show tonight is to talk about the GHA cast and what's coming next in the campaign, what's happened to this point in the campaign. We want Kayla to talk about her experience being involved with Blue Box, and she's going to help us tonight as we interview. Rory, you're going to lead the interview of Vivi. Vivi, who plays Lilith, was the only member of the GHA cast that could not be here because, well, she lives in this weird country called Canada. And so... Boo, Canada!
You know what they say about Canada.
Hey.
We're polite.
Don't worry, she's already apologized like 6 times for not
did.
coming.
Blue Box,
She-
breaking down borders, one Vivi at a time.
Yeah, that's right. She
Smuggling
has
Canadians, one Canadian at a time.
one Canadian at a time. That's all I need.
That's our next fundraiser.
And so she's apologized. We're going to talk about upcoming things like fundraisers. Well, good segue, Josh. We have a fundraiser coming up later this year. Virtual Greyhawk Con is coming. Aftermath of GaryCon. Some cool collaborations we have. So with all of that said, I think I would be remiss if I did not kick off with our Anna B. Meyer intro Greyhawk Awakening video map. And so I'm going to switch over here to sponsors. And let's enjoy this.
Yeah.
Hey, Pat Draws, your art was featured all weekend long. We had pictures of it everywhere.
Yes, moose hygiene, dental hygiene is very important, Pat draws.
Yes.
Note of hygiene, Josh, have you started using that yet?
Not yet. Not yet. I haven't showered.
Dude, it
6
smells
days.
good. What?
Still smells so
Okay, you don't smell good then.
It's
Okay,
because-
context? You guys we need context here.
So Rory gave me something to think of him while I'm in the shower.
Oh.
Yeah, I
So-
wanted to give the ultimate dad joke, so I gave him this, like the squash non-chemical
Sasquatch.
Sasquatch.
Right, squash. So would be
Yeah, Sasquatch. Squash is actually quite cool.
Squash in the shower.
So it's, he's going to Cali, fresh start, right? So fresh, apparently not him right now.
See, actually, I'm trying to go a full month. Just the.
Just say it smelled. He smelled
Un-
real pretty this weekend.
Unadvisable, Josh? I'm just gonna say unadvisable.
Whoa! Did he buy that at the Ren Fair?
What are you looking at?
Whoa, he just
John's-
whipped it
No,
out.
he
John-
showed a picture.
Oh, he whipped it
He
out.
showed a picture.
Oh yes, Kayla. Me and you are
That is
gonna get
a-
along fine.
That looks like that's a pretty heavy duty sheath you got there.
Pretty thick piece you got.
Hello,
Yeah.
we got 43 people watching this nonsense. Thank you
And
so
the way
much,
you
everybody.
slid it in was beautiful.
Evelyn keeps us at least like
I
some
know.
night. So
Without
now
Evelyn,
not to
we're
have the
gonna
I
go.
feel
balls,
like,
it's gonna be so bad.
and then
I'm gonna be
Kayla
blushing
just
so hard.
encourages it. I think she.
Hey, so I don't want to be remiss. Everybody prep your comments for Anna B. Meyer. When we're done with this video, I want to talk about Anna B. Meyer because she is the GOAT of cartography, and I want to work with her in so many different ways for our stream. She is amazing.
Better a goat than a donkey because Josh will just kill it.
Or a horse.
Too soon.
Or a horse.
Rosencrest Guildenstern.
Or a dog,
Barely even
because
me.
then Vivi will kill it.
There's no salt there at all.
Oh, snap. I have a running thing with horses.
Oh my gosh, I love you guys so much.
Do you guys remember BlueBoxCon?
I've forgotten it.
Wait, what was that?
So long ago.
My mind was blown. I can't remember anything.
Yeah.
don't
Seriously,
remember
BBC was
anything
just
that
so
was
much
at-
fun.
Dude, that food truck. I remember that.
Oh my gosh. The loaded. I was so full after BBC.
The food.
I love banding pieces.
Okay.
Okay, so
All right.
I've
That's
literally planned an itinerary for my entire meals tonight. Every hour by the hour, she's like, I'm gonna get this. I'm gonna get
so
this.
sad.
I'm also gonna grab this. And I was like, my girl, after my own heart.
Because my
sounds
dumb
like
butt
it.
got there late.
all right. So I'm sorry. I
John's
have to.
trying to actually run a stream.
Oh.
My bad. Yeah, sorry.
No, I was gonna say, I'm sorry. I have to request that we not refer to BlueBoxCon as BBC, not because I don't like the British broadcasting channel, but because of other connotations with it. So
What, John?
I
Could you
know
explain,
it's
John?
just
Because
Yeah,
I-
John, I'm
yeah.
a little.
I don't
John,
know.
I'm confused.
What other connotation is there with BBC? I have.
I'm but a wee babe.
no, none that I'm personally concerned with. I'm quite sure I could measure up, but I don't want the stream to feel like they
I
have to
know,
measure
we
up.
saw your sheath.
Don't Google it.
Did you not see my sheath? My scabbard.
sword,
My
guys.
scabbard
What were you
is
thinking?
substantial. All right, so, all right, let's stop. All right, so thank you everybody for watching us tonight. It's not our regular stream on Blue Box. We're not doing our Greyhawk Awakening stream tonight. We will be back, but not for a couple of weeks. I'm doing this weird thing called vacation. And so I'll be out for the next 2 weeks, but I have one-shots that are being run by Robert, who did Phantom, who did a one-shot for me here at GHA, and also Rory is doing one. And I have a special one-shot, someone who doesn't know they're doing one yet. I'm going to challenge them tonight. All right, so with that said, I want to talk about the Greyhawk Awakening campaign to start off first. And I want to do a catch-up for all that's happened, because I saw this, I think it's Natural Ones. I told you about this before we were live, but Natural Ones, they do a good job with a summary stream. I think each week they have someone that comes on their Instagram channel, and I want to talk about everything that's happened in this campaign. That's going to lead us to what will come next, because it's going to be a different thing than I've ever done. And I'm gonna, since we don't have our resident lore master, Evelyn, tonight, she is out with a child with a 103 fever. So please keep her in your prayers. Esther is sick tonight, and we want to make sure she's okay. But we want to talk about everything that's happened from the beginning. So I think Rory, Vivi, Josh, you are all equipped to be the intro for. Let's tell everyone that's never watched Greyhawk Awakening what's happened from the beginning. And I'll jump in and help out. And Kayla is going to be our resident sort of provocateur to make sure the fans know exactly what's happening.
I've already said it like 5 times before you guys.
She
can
just
hear me.
likes to
So she's
Put it
there to
in
be
there.
shake the
provocative.
fan.
Once more, because dad joke.
Yeah, no, I noticed Petros. Don't worry.
It's you, Rory. Your finger's not in your nose. So you got to start us off.
Yeah.
Okay.
His head's gone. Oh god.
Okay, what am I doing? I wasn't looking.
Looking, listening, or paying attention. No.
Well, no, you said you're gonna kick it off though.
Yeah, no, just kick.
And there goes Vivi.
Perfect.
We got the giggle fit.
Giggle
Our
it.
first giggle fit. Huzzah! Huzzah!
Giggle
I
it.
love.
I wasn't looking or.
Okay, no, Rory.
You wanna recap?
No. Just like start at the very beginning of the campaign, like what you remember from the first few sessions, and then I'm sure that Vivi and Josh will pick up, and then eventually Terry will jump in where Shorewin
Get
came in,
added.
and then I want Kayla again to be the provocateur to interject
mock us.
questions. So,
Mock you. Got it. Okay.
all right, you got it. All right, go ahead, Gimbal.
Okay, so in the beginning, we went to the city of Hamlet because they were getting ambushed. Their caravans were getting ambushed. So we joined up with a group to do this. In that group was a lovely lady named Holly. And after completing, or towards the end of completing this task, she betrayed us. And this individual was played by John. And so after this, we kind
Wait, okay, sorry, I got to interrupt. So that's great. But that was session 0 with Jay. And when Halia betrayed, can someone else, I'll do it if no one else can, tell me about Halia, the betrayal, who she was, what you saw, and how she betrayed? Because my goal here is for anyone that's never watched Greyhawk Awakening, that they can watch this stream tonight, Greyhawk Awakening 45, and get caught up. So can anyone else
So
help?
Evelyn, could you
Yeah.
Chime in on the chat.
Well,
Just
so
kidding.
the
I
way-
love we can't lean on that crutch. It's got to be you guys. You got to help.
So, Millie, could you? Oh.
Oh, too soon.
Way too soon.
The way she betrayed, if I'm understanding correctly, if I remember correctly, we had defeated the bandits, and then there was a couple mausoleums, tombs that
Booms, yep.
tombs that we went into, and in one of them was a particular item that she was looking for, including some undead. And she managed to get the item correct, and she basically let the undead fight us. Is that correct?
Yeah, so I think she was kind of in the tomb area, and then there was a glowing thing, and then she'd kind of called Lilith over there, and Lilith's curiosity always killed the cat, hence Panther, where the catchphrase Panther came from. Yeah, and then she went into the tomb, and then all hell broke loose. And all the undead rose.
Sorry. Can we take a few steps back from that point? So, after, or even before the door was opened, Lilith, Halia, interested in entering this area. I can't remember who else was interested in entering, but Brim, being the one of the party that would rather not be gaining XP, but gaining more life to live, it's like, nah, let's not go inside. And that is how Panther was made, because he was like, nah, let's not die. But it's fine. He went unconscious in that fight.
So Brim is a natural born leader.
I'm gonna
He
shoot.
is. And Lilith chose death.
And Lilith chose.
She did. No. So
Mr. Brim.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Terry. Go ahead.
Oh, I was just gonna say, Mr. Brim, could you lead us?
Yes, Sam.
What the most unlikely outcome of this campaign was Brim becoming the leader of this whole group. I never thought that would happen.
Before this campaign even started, I asked John, hey, John, inspiring leader, the feat, should I take it? And he was like, no. He's like, you don't have a high charisma.
I did. He's right.
There's definitely
He's right.
going to be other people that have a higher charisma and be more of like the head. I'm like, God, that makes sense.
They're all gone.
They all died.
John's like, you're going to be the leader. You didn't expect this.
Okay, so what was the item? So this is critical to session 0. So you got the break-in into this.
Critical role. Sorry.
It was
Nice.
Indiana Jones medicine there as well, because it was a crystal skull.
A crystal skull. And that crystal skull was about how big? And this is important, so I'm not asking this for, right. No, it was smallish.
Huge trucks of wine.
It was not that big. It was not huge. There was
The
no...
size of a skull, wasn't
Yeah, I
it?
said it was kind of small. Kind of small.
Oh, small.
Oh.
Yeah, it was smallish. And by the way, are you guys... No, hold on. Big spoiler here. Everybody stop. Big spoiler. This is important. The fact that skull was small meant something from session 0. All right, resume.
And nobody's figured it out yet?
No
Apparently not.
one has. Because honestly, I just figured it out in the last few weeks. So, but it's going to be so much fun. Continue.
Yeah, super fun.
But being
Wait.
Pat was like Rory's mom.
Oh, gosh.
Oh
Rory's
my
mom's
gosh, he
coming
killed
back.
Rory's mom?
What? I'm so lost.
Rory.
Not Rory,
Was
but
it?
Gimble's mom.
No, I mean Rory.
No.
Pat.
No, it's bigger than that. It's
Calm down. My goodness.
it's I said it's bigger. No, it's smaller than that. It's going to be amazing. All right, so continue, please, Rory.
So after that, she vanished, and we fought a bunch of undead. The paladin, Uthar, was helpful at that moment because he was a paladin. A lot of fighting. I guess Brim went down. Brim went down. We defeated them, and we went back and collected our gold from
Galen? I think it was Galen.
Galen?
Yeah.
Galen, yes.
I'm pretty sure.
And Millie flirted a lot with Galen.
Oh, just a little bit.
Oh wait, flirted? No, she did more than flirt.
She
Did
I
totally
she
was
did.
keeping
sleep
it.
with
I was
him?
keeping it.
She
keeping it
totally
nice.
did.
She bedded the lad.
At least that's what I've heard.
No,
She
no,
totally
it was
did,
on stream.
And that was the night where the first night that Lilith had taken out that scent pot and put it behind her ear to make sure that she was ready for her date.
Brown chicken, brown cow.
Was it? Yeah.
No,
And
and so and like I want to be clear because here on Blue Box, we are basically associated with what you would call PG-13, but we're not prudish. I don't care if like there was someone on here that mentioned they were concerned about a cuss word or two they might have said. I don't care about that, all right? So I don't want this to be, utterly ribald and unfortunately debauched, but I don't care if it's like just the fun. And you hear me all the time use double entendre and things that kind of tease that's what we want here. And yeah, so Evelyn, who played the late departed Millith, right? Not Millie.
Millie.
Millie. No, not Millith. Millie. She seduced Gareth and brought him upstairs, and then it was kind of fade to black. All right, continue.
Fade to black, is that what we're calling it these days?
A very important thing worth noting also, before they had headed out, Lilith, who typically does not comb her hair, did notice Halia combing her hair in her bedroom with a silver brush. And Lilith was just curious about it, as she normally is. And leading after that, before Holly had disappeared, at some point she had slipped the brush into her pockets without her knowing.
Can we please take a second and look at Theodore Evie's comment of not Gareth. Gareth gave me the dagger, but that's not the part I want to focus on.
Galen
was the conquest.
That's great.
Flag was planted. Land was earned and taken.
All right, so make sure that Matthew does not see that, but I think that's a fair chat. I'm holding, by the way, this is my old buzzard. I was given by Pat66. This is me now, and I don't know. I got all kinds of great gifts this weekend, but this guy makes me feel good. And also, Cowboy Hob, good to see you, Hob. And I'm sorry I did not see your stream last night. I know it was awesome. I viewed the VOD a bit. The role play was incredible, Hob, and I literally just passed out in my hotel room last night at like 6:15. Not from drugs, just from exhaustion.
Chloroform.
Right as he said it's not from drugs, then you start thinking it was from drugs. You didn't assume
Well, as I said, I passed out, so it's like...
So, John, I know you want this to be a recap, but we're still on episode 1, and it's 6:23 already. So I didn't realize we were doing a 24-hour stream. I wish you would have told us ahead of time.
Well said. All right, so let's pick it up. Let's go quickly.
So on the note of the brush, Lilith was kind of cautious of it because it was shiny, but she kept it anyways. So then after that, there was like a week of time that took place, like before and after that, somewhere in there at the shops on Discord. That's where Lilith got the different smells, like the scents, the oils. Gimmo picked up some stuff, and he had delivered breakfast to everyone, milk and eggs to everyone.
when life is simple.
And Brim, I might be skipping something probably, but Brim, at some point, I think this was all in the same time, like, so during, oh no, all this stuff's getting jumbled up.
So Uthar,
So the next thing we did after that was the moat house, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
The moat house was the first part of the main adventure, yes.
Before that point, Uthar had ordered Brim a greatsword, much against Brim's dismissal.
That's right.
That has now been said in current times that he is holding on to that greatsword, not so much because it is nice, because he now is Reaver, but he's holding on to that greatsword so that he can use it to kill Uthar.
Well said. Yep.
Didn't we kill Uthar?
No.
No, Uthar
he
left.
just damaged, and then he disappeared.
Uthar
He went
bounced.
off in the
And,
middle of the night.
is it possible you might see him again? Oh, yes, it is.
Oh, no, never.
No, but we fought
Yeah.
Uthar. Vivi, we fought Uthar already.
Yeah, we did.
A bit.
He was with the Death Knight.
It was
bit.
when I grabbed Burns, and just...
Sick burn.
So yeah, then the next part was the moat house. Went to the moat house.
Slicey slice.
Brim refused to approach the moat house in a burning cave.
Before that point, before we did that, we did the druid thing with the grove.
Oh yes. Yep.
We went to the grove. There were spiders that had infested the cave where the bears were. Brim refused to fight. Everyone else fought and killed the spiders, and it was a really great roleplay moment amongst the entire team. but also is where Lilith grew close to Jeru.
Yeah, because Lilith was
Fozzie.
right. Because Lilith was really kind of concerned about the spiders. Like she was connecting with nature, and she and Jeru connected there. Go continue, Josh.
No, I just forgot about that point in the moat house.
So why were we surprised when she killed the dog? Because she was asking us all to kill the spiders.
Yeah, seriously, I'm not that surprised. Me as Josh, I'm surprised.
Didn't think about that. But yes, we
she
There's
actually
a
hates
discovering
nature.
thing of
Yeah.
Because there's a difference between the arachnid and the
She
canine.
changes into dragons, not actual animals.
All right, so I want to shout out some of the chatters again. Thank you so much, everybody. Thomas, yes, John does love returning villains. Who doesn't love returning villains? That's part of the game. We have Obsidian. Obsidian, I want to talk to you, by the way. I've got some plans for GHA. And Jay and I talked today, and I think you and I, Obsidian, need to talk. Josh, Iculus, I've got your dice here. So much fun this weekend. Theater, Evie, thank you so much. I'm praying for Esther. Pat Draws, yes. Yeah. No one else has had their vulture waggled on my stream. And
Hey, do you not have
Not on screen.
do you not have notifications on? Because I haven't seen any, and I know I've been putting stuff in.
they're doing weird stuff. So I've seen some that have popped up. I don't. So if someone can
It's
give
fine.
us,
I don't care.
no,
was
no,
just
I
curious.
actually I care because I didn't see Cowboy Hobbs notifications pop up, and then someone else popped up right after that, and that did. So there might be something funky going on, but if someone that sounded funny, if someone wants to give like 100 bits or whatever, something, or like it's not, I'm not trying to get money. There we go. Yeah, see, it's working.
Oh, okay, good. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, so I don't know.
Alright,
I think it's been intermittent. All right, so let me go to Kayla. Kayla, you are not part of this campaign, but you've heard a lot. And as you're listening to this, tell me the first question that. Thank you, Patrick. First question that comes to your mind about the role play and the story.
Okay, so I actually don't know where the little rat came from. I have no idea how he originated, where he came from. And I literally, so when I started watching you guys, that was the freaking story I started on, was that. And I was like, what have you done to me?
What a great question.
When he let go of the rat, that's when he started watching?
Oh.
Oh, come on. Wow, okay.
Sherwin
That
is?
was a rough episode.
Oh my god.
Sherwin's been forgotten.
You don't know who wins.
You don't know the eyebrow? Oh, this hurts.
Wait. So So you picked up the episode after Gary Con.
Oh, and that's Millie's already dead at that point.
Millie's
Yeah,
dead, Sherwin's
Millie's
gone,
dead.
Winston's gone.
Brim just had his meltdown the prior episode.
I mean, Winston was the leader of the party for months.
Yes.
Brim was
Lilith
crying,
married-
the rat was crying, I was crying. It was a great time, guys.
Oh, Brim cries a lot. That's fine.
Brim
Yeah.
Lilith literally
about-
married Sherwin to get
That's true.
custody of Winston.
Of Winston. Yeah.
So
let's
wait,
go
that's
back to
way
the-
ahead.
let's-
So
okay.
so hold
Let's-
that. That's
tell
coming.
us about the rat, Rory.
Let's back it up. So
We're not there yet.
you had the initial.
Doesn't matter. You had a question.
Sorry, go
Somebody
ahead.
asked you a question. You have to answer now.
Yeah, come on. Ooh,
Where did
Okay.
the rat come from?
Probably from its mother, but to the
Yeah, joke.
to the point of the question, the rat, or by his name, because he has a name,
Yeah.
Squeaks. Squeaks actually rescued Gimbal from a tight situation, and then they traveled from then on out together
The rat
until they
saved
didn't.
Gimbal.
Yes, the rat saved Gimbal.
I like
All right.
it.
So if
Wait,
you're
is
looking
that
at
what
on
you said?
Twitch,
Yes.
you can see on the stream. This is the place where Gimbal had been captured. How did Gimbal get captured, Rory?
Because Millie wanted to play a trick. That's kind of how that came down to. So we're going to a place to capture this, or to get this item that basically Hollia was going after. Also, it was one of the eyes of the skull. She needs to collect those all together. And in that, she waited for an opportune moment to pop in when we had already dealt with all the struggles. She popped in, and Millie I don't have Twitch open, so I don't know if she just said something.
I'm not laughing at you, Rob. I'm at the chat. The chat is,
Yeah, I
as
know, that's
always,
what I mean.
mad chatters. You guys rule. Awesome stuff.
So then Millie pulled a fast one by basically saying, because Holly had Gimbal at knife point, held him captive, and said, "Give me the eye or give me the crystal ball, and I'll not kill him." Very specifically, did not say I'll let him go. Said, "I will not kill him." And Millie threw the sack over to Hollia. Hollia and Gimbal disappeared, and that is how Hollia got Gimbal.
Now, my next question for you is, what is your safe word?
I don't know
I'm
the
just kidding.
There
It's
is a safe
pineapple.
word.
It's everybody's safe word.
You know the safe word? It's Panther.
always
I
swordfish.
think Gimbal yelled every word he knew and nothing stopped him. So.
No, but the safe word was Panther. But you were you were well beyond that safe word, my friend. It was
See, pineapple. These people, man. Thank you. It's always pineapple.
oh, pineapple is.
Because why would anybody say pineapple?
No.
Other than
mean,
to be
She
safe.
said, "It'll be fun," she said.
Okay, all right. So please continue.
Cacao. Yes.
Before I lose my mind, please continue.
It's the moat house. Brim refusing to wear a burning cape to approach the moat house at night, which would have been awesome.
And so that moat house combat, that was fantastic. And Rory, you did some amazing things with Gimbal's spellcasting. You guys assaulted the moat house, you conquered the orcs, and you found the first sign of the Red Lords. Talk about that. Anyone?
Anyone?
Well, I wasn't there, so I can't talk about it.
Okay.
Oh, Lilith, it's on you. No.
All right, so anyone means Rory, Rory, Vivian, Josh. That's what everyone means here.
I touched my nose first. Sorry, Vinny. It's up to you.
I'm the worst lore keeper in the entire world, hence why typically I do not.
This
take
is where
leader
you
roles
became-
because I don't.
All
Want
right,
to
all right,
remember.
all right, Vivi, I gotta check you on this because this is where you became the Nutcracker. You should remember this.
Yeah, remember
in
that.
the
This is where you became the Nutcracker.
Oh, okay, there was a big Drake in there, and this is where.
Wrong one. Wrong
No,
fort.
no.
Wrong fort?
No, this is no
the
wrong
one
fort.
where
This is the first
Brim
fort.
saves or where everyone saves
It's
the
okay.
little
It's
girl.
okay. I'm sorry.
Like I said, I'm the worst lore keeper.
It's also how we got the name the Wayward Bolt.
Okay,
Such a
can
good
I
name,
just,
by the way, you
Let me
guys,
just
seriously.
say something.
Hey, who made that up?
Not me.
Unknown. Okay, I'm just gonna use my excuse that I always use. I work
Okay.
nights. I could be easily tricked. That's my excuse. I'm sticking with it. Hence why I have a terrible memory. Okay, so which one is this with the little girl? I don't know.
Yeah, where we saved the little girl and the mother.
Right.
And
Oh, this is in the dungeon. There was a snake in there.
Right. Yes. Oh, there you go. Now you got it.
Yeah, there was a
Yes.
snake in there, and then I had asked if the snake looked aggressive before killing it.
Most of them do.
I'm a druid.
And you
No,
hit.
You kill most animals. Don't use
No,
true
not
as
most
an
animals.
We watched you.
excuse.
This is where you hit your first orc in the nether regions. You swung your staff, you cracked him in the nads, and you
Right.
critted him with a horrible. That's where you got your moniker, the Nutcracker.
I thought that was.
I thought that
No,
was because
No,
she
because that was when Uthar also
ballet.
shot the bolt and rolled a 1, and it went wide and hit you, I think, Lilith.
Right.
Mhm.
Right. It was here in the moat house. Right.
yep.
Okay,
All right,
Yeah, totally. Yeah, totally, Vivi.
Yes.
It's like not in way.
Because then not long after that, so there was Uthar and Lilith that had entered through the hole in the wall.
Yeah, I got
Brim and Millie went up the wall.
That was so cool.
Uthar had his fumble. Eventually, Brim ends up back on the ground and charges towards an individual and misses and almost hits Uthar.
I was so pissed.
The whole time while Gimbal's outside casting spells, scaring people and burning them
Yeah, burning their hands.
with burning hands.
Gosh.
All right, so I love all this, but I'm going to go back to what Terry said a moment ago. We're now 35 minutes into the stream, and we're still on like
and
session
we're still on
3.
episode 1.
Yeah, so
This is why
I think it's
everyone's so
7 now.
efficient.
Yeah,
She's so quick,
right,
and
Evelyn.
she shoots
Well, no,
everything
but
off.
no,
She's
but this is-
She's so good at it.
but I wanted less efficiency tonight because as I said, I want this to be something that people who are new to GHA can tune into and maybe get an hour recap, you know, so they don't have to watch. Like, so we're on 45, so 121. It's like 150 hours of stream. I don't want people to have to watch all that if they're brand new.
So we should build a wiki.
Challenge.
So, like, think of
Questions?
Kayla.
Accept it.
I have wiki
Okay.
capability. I can do a
I'm
wiki
gonna
like
look into
that.
Wikis now.
But I love like a quick 30-minute, 60-minute synopsis. So Kayla, you're on here again to be the provocateur. Keep us moving. You want to know what happened in the story. And by the way,
Yeah.
Kayla is the only one wearing her accoutrement from the Renfen, and it looks amazing.
Thanks.
Yeah, throws an ear on. Just,
I love how Rory got ears. He's like, yeah, for Gimbal. And he's like, wait, I can only really wear one of these
One.
because he got his ear cut off.
like, can I get a discount, half off?
All right, so I'm going to look at the chat too. So I want the chat to ask questions. So you pop things in there, but please continue the story. Try to move the story along a little more quickly, and any of you can do that.
Okay, so I'll start. You guys interrupt me as I
Okay.
go because I'll forget
All right.
stuff. Okay.
You
So
got
we're at the moat house. We siege the moat house. It's full of baddies, right? We go in, bunch of stuff happens. Lilith gets the name Nutcracker. Brim falls off a wall. We all go into the main area. Well, Brim charges into this other building solo. He goes in, fights off some stuff. Everyone charges in except for Gimbal, who's outside, being the gnome father, torturing someone. And Brim goes in, everyone else goes in. Finally, Gimbal goes in. He wasn't really torturing him, just scaring him. Then they go in, fight happens, and a little bit of time goes by, and I believe it was Lilith found a trapdoor, secret door, I guess it was.
We found a
And-
note that described a paling, and we had no
Yep.
idea what that was.
Yep, it's just some kind of creature, some things to do with this wizard and the assassin that was killed and this other creature thing. And then doors open, and the paladin of all paladins, the Uthar, charges down without anything. Like, we all like to
Killed
talk,
him.
but he just went forward. So he went forward, he goes down, and he goes down. Everyone else follows. They don't go down, but he goes down twice. At this point, we also find out that what's her name, Ashton.
Josh, stop it!
has-
Josh, I see you. Stop it! Stop it, Josh! You and I are supposed to be the
I'm
most.
muting myself, okay?
No. But I see. We can see your face. We're supposed to be the most sort of faith-based guys, and we both were tracking when he said "go down, go down, go down, go down." We both
I
lost
went
it.
down
So
twice.
please,
I did not catch that at all.
Please stop. Please stop. So let's resume, Rory.
Yeah, didn't catch that one. So then everyone ends up down at the bottom. Eventually, Gimbal ends up down there, and there's the wizard down there. This wizard has been a pain ever since the tavern in Hamlet when he snuck out and attacked Millie. We forgot about that a while back. So him and this assassin attacked Millie in the alley because she was curious. Anyways, we find the wizard down there, and down in this dungeon is a woman and her daughter caged up in a cage, and then the baddies get killed except for the wizard. He vanishes. Vanishing, you'll see, is a very consistent theme here. So he vanishes out after Brim actually went down, and then Gimbal tried to attack him, failed, and the snake came out. Lilith killed the snake, took the fang, buried the fang in the grove, proceeding forward after we eventually end up back after all of this. Anything missed at the moat house?
No,
I don't think
that's
so.
really good.
Oh, at the moat house is when we found a chest, magical or whatnot, enchanted chest, that the chains had to be
The
put on.
chains were on.
In the chest was a medallion. That's how we connected the chains and the Brotherhood, the Dark Brotherhood, and Millie, not Millie.
Millie's
Holly-
dead.
Yeah, Holly,
Oh,
because of the emblem
That's
that
a
she had
good
on.
question. So I've already, and don't mean to bring it up. I know it's probably still too soon, but I've heard the story about the Umbra Hulks many, many times. But how did Millie die?
Whoa, too soon.
Yeah.
Too soon, but say that. Like
We don't
somebody.
say that word on our stream. I'm broke.
No, save that because that's really good. I want to talk about that. So
Okay.
I'm going to put that on you, Josh, to remember because Josh, you are principally responsible for Millie's death.
Yes, you are. No,
so-
not principally, fully.
Yeah,
He
fully,
knocked
so-
me out
so-
of the way.
Yeah, I know. So
He literally knocked Shorewin out of the
So-
way so that the
I would
uncle could kill
not
Millie.
have changed the
You know, in all honesty,
all right, so Josh,
honesty, we
Josh,
didn't have to
you
worry
mark
about
that down. That's coming in a few minutes. You got to talk about how Millie died, and I'll help you with that. But yeah, all right. So
I'll
please.
prepare to cry. Okay.
You did help with
Kleenex,
that, John.
BRB.
Yeah, you did help with that, John.
All right, so no, I just did my DMing job. All right, so welcome back. Thank you, Cannonball. She needs to know my story. That's exactly right. She does. Shots are fired. You're right, Kristen. Okay, so we got Cowboy Hob on tonight. So I want to stop here and do a quick pause. Emotional moment. Thank you, all of you, who were with us this weekend for Blue Box Con. The incredible camaraderie, the bonds that were born, the instant kinship that was forged, the way everyone reached out to others. I was absolutely gobsmacked by this incredible group, and I am humbled beyond compare. That's why tonight we have Kayla on with us, Time Lord's wife, who is not part of our normal GH crew,
Not yet.
but she is part of our Blue Box family ever and forever. That's not conscription destroying her brand any more than I'm
we're just taking
destroying.
both the blue boxes. And
Precisely. Ooh, I like that. That's well done. Any more than I'm taking away what Machiked does with his Earthspear clan.
It's just Monchik.
No, because I don't want to say ED. So I choose how I want to say that because ED to me is not a good term. So I choose to say Machiked.
When you have experience with it, I guess you're right.
I don't have experience with it. So
Yeah, that's just a dad joke.
All right,
No one on this stream has ED except maybe Josh. Are you okay? Josh, are you good?
all right, so yeah, I lost my train of thought. So Terry, so
We're like a bunch of kindergarten kids.
Gotcha.
Because Evelyn's not here to keep us
Our teacher
focused.
is not here.
I used to work in construction a bit.
oh, so did I. Oh, so let me. I don't think Twitch will hit me with this, but I worked in construction when I was younger as well. Chupame la verga grande. I hope Twitch won't ban that, but you look that up. It's not good. All right, so back to you, Terry.
Are we still on session 0?
Yeah, I think so.
no, we're
Okay,
like
good.
12 right now. It's somewhere around 12. Shoren's actually about to come in. I know this because I've only watched them all 3 times.
I know you have. That's true.
Oh, okay. All right. So,
Right around episode 10, 12 right now. At the moat house, before we leave, we have the we have the chest, we have the change, we have the emblem, we have some things in this, including some gold. We collect up all the weapons from the soldiers that were all slain, except for the one, Jace, who was let go after a very terrifying encounter with first Gimbal, then Brim. And he was let loose, and we all went back to Hamlet, rested at Hamlet. What came after the moat house?
Isn't that when after the moat house we went to go see Burn, right?
Yeah, to
Yes,
meet
we went to go
Vern.
see
We
Burn
went to go
because we
see
had
Burn.
that item
Mm-hmm.
that he took from us.
Yes. No, Millie
No.
has it.
Millie kept it? So
No,
we
kept it.
go
It's-
to
it's
see-
we went
actually
to
in her
Burn with the
pocket.
item, or we went to Burn, talked with him about it, and that's when we went into the one shot where
That's
he was
right,
like,
so
I need something for you to retrieve. We went to the temple.
Well,
the
but before we went to the temple, so you take the temple, but before we went there, when we went upstairs, there was a rug there. A very playful, magical
that
Well,
rug.
rug
this is
was so
after
much
I'm
fun.
here.
That was. I love that.
No, that's later because I was there for that. Shoreman was there for that.
Shoren
Yeah.
was, Shoren
Yeah.
was there for that. So what happened
So
after
you
the
bumped
moat house?
forward.
Yeah, so we went to the gnomes, right? Gimbal died.
No,
That was-
no,
because
that
Shoreman
was
with
after. That was
too.
after.
It was
Everyone
it
was
was
there for
up.
that,
It was
too.
before that point. So it was when
We were heading to the fort in the hills.
We were headed to the fort. That's when
Because-
you run into Shoreman.
Because at the moat house we found a map,
Yes.
And then we went back to
Because what was the
Hoffman on
ranger's
map.
name?
And they whatever.
The ranger that everybody
Butthead.
hated.
Made us all
Yeah,
mad.
Butthead.
Not Ashram, but the other one.
The other Butthead. Yes.
Ryan?
yes.
Ryan?
So we were
Yeah.
told to
Rayam.
We were following Rayam.
Because she said she was confused why I had a horse in the Crown Hills.
Yes.
And then she said,
And you were looking for
Gimbal and
And so, but who was Rayam? So let's pause here. Who was Rayam?
Another hated character of everyone.
What? Okay, so that clearly shows Terry doesn't get it. Who was Rayam?
She was, I think, a half-elf ranger.
A human ranger.
No, human ranger.
She was a human ranger, and an anagram of Anna B. Meyer.
Yes.
Meyer.
Anna B. Meyer's incredible.
Meyer.
Yes.
Backwards Rayam, and she was actually quite kind to you. So why would you hate her? Anna B.
The reason
Meyer,
why was because I
Rayam.
think she had made a snide comment against somebody. Who the heck was it?
That's what I think too.
What
Evelyn?
snide comment?
Person.
She guided you through
She made a
the
snide
hills.
comment to
Gimbal.
Billy.
About
And
Gimbal's
then
stick.
Gimbal was poking her. She
Yes.
snatched it away from Gimbal.
She snagged Gimbal's stick.
Yeah.
Whoa!
I
She
need your fan,
grabbed Gimbal
Kayla.
by
I
the
need the
shaft
fan.
And pulled it away.
Yeah.
She then pissed off Brimaton by him seeing this encounter between the two of them.
Yes.
No, it was before that. So it was after that we ran into the orcs.
Yeah, but
Yes.
you ran into me first.
Yeah, this was
then we ran
because
into
she
the
was
orcs.
guiding
We
you.
were rested overnight, and then we traveled after Brim got mad about her
And
being
she was
mean to
like,
Gimbal.
F all
And
y'all.
then we went and saw the orcs coming, and Gimbal went up on the hill, told everyone to pop back, and then Brim spoke up after all the orcs were gone and said, "See, that's why we respect."
Isn't that when
the
Gimbal died?
gnome." Soon after that.
Uh-huh.
So then she took off and decided to come back after Gimbal died.
Wait, so let's go back to Gimbal's death.
Okay.
So I think that's a really important moment in the stream, and so I've got to pick up here of the priest. So the reason that resurrection is not easy here on Blue Box. This is not a CRPG. You've heard me say this several times. I don't want people just like bouncing back from the dead easily. But Gimbal died close to his home, and that was one of my favorite sessions we've had. So Gimbal, I would like you, Rory, to talk about the resurrection of your character.
Okay. So
That's a horrible intro, by the way.
I didn't know that.
That's such a bad intro.
So I was resurrected.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Have you guys not played with me? I'm gonna ask those questions. Come on.
So during the combat, he had made an illusionary dragon that actually inspired some of the orcs, and he got a spear through the throat. And so everyone went to
An actual
the gnome hold because they were already kind of heading that way. They knew before Gimbal died that it was coming up because Gimbal had some friends there that he actually did some other stuff with called the Guardians, and they go there, and Brim is having a really hard time with Gimbal dying, and like everyone is, but Brim was taking it pretty tough, and being a half ogre, approaching a gnome hold, maybe not such best things. So he stays back, they go in. Eventually, everyone ends up inside except Winston, not inside. They all end up inside. Gimbal gets taken away to a secret chamber. Eventually, the rest of the group gets invited because the priest is having a hard time resurrecting him. So then everyone says their piece. They say some kind of reason why he should be allowed to be resurrected. Each one gives up something. Brim gave up the...
No. So let's go. So Roy, I don't want to put you too much on the spot here. Let's go to each player. Now Evelyn's not here tonight, so you can speak for her. But I'd like Lilith, Brim, and Terry, who played Shorewin at that time, to tell us what was given up.
When Brim came forward, he tried to offer up his anger, which that went great later on. But he offered up his anger as well as the Gimbal standard unit stick, which he had just this nice large shaft that he used getting next to Gimbal's head. He made certain cuts to. What am I trying to say? Like how tall Gimbal would be if he enlarged himself, and then
Yes.
how short he was usually on the stick, and that's how the GSU was created.
You're next, Vivi.
I think it was a totem.
It was.
It was, but it was denied.
It was her totem.
Yeah, your totem was denied
Yes.
initially,
Then,
and you had something from Jeru, I believe.
oh, what was it? It wasn't Jeru's totem
No.
because I still have Jeru's totem. I don't have my notes here.
I'm looking for Evelyn's notes in the
I'm looking
chat.
for Evelyn's notes.
Yeah,
here.
come on.
Millie gave her. Oh yeah, Millie gave her poison
we knew that.
bolt.
Come on.
Yeah, no, I know.
Poison
I
bolt,
know.
we knew that,
Millie.
yeah.
Old school.
Yeah,
Millie's-
It was the
we're
most
not
important
looking for
one,
that.
so,
Come
yeah.
on.
All right, so
Way to roll a
Millie's
T20
not.
and not even be here.
Millie's.
God.
Oh, your bear totem.
Yeah,
My
that's what I
bear totem.
thought.
That's what I
It
thought.
wasn't
So it was a
accepted.
totem.
She gave the
Well, your
flower
owl.
for Ashrin,
Exactly.
but that's for
right.
Ashrin later on. This is for
No,
Gimbal.
because they wouldn't take the bird one. They
Right.
took
That's
the bear
that's
one,
it.
but
That's
not
it.
The bird one.
Yeah, I tried to give my totem from my home clan, which was the owl, which was
Right.
rejected, and then I gave the totem, the bear totem that Jeru had given me, who is also an very old druid, who is mysteriously possibly dead. We're not
Yeah.
sure.
Most likely.
When I went back to the grove, I
Oh,
found,
you got to wait. It's going to be crazy.
Oh,
Yeah.
I
Oh,
found a piece of his cloth with blood on it, so I haven't really been able to look through that yet, but explore that yet. But she did sacrifice Jeru's totem.
Right. So she wouldn't. They wouldn't accept the. Evelyn had it right. You had crows that were flying around inside. The arcane energies were flowing through there, and so the winged creature sacrifice would not be accepted. But what you gave was accepted, and I think Millie. I'll represent Millie. Millie laid a poisoned crossbow bolt, a miniature crossbow bolt, on the altar. And I missed so much of the stream on Saturday for my BlueBoxCon thing because I was doing stuff upstairs. But did she tell everyone what that was?
Yes, she told during the interview session.
All right, I
Yeah.
thought she
Was
might have.
for-
So I'll go ahead, Terry, because I know what it is. I read her backstory. If you go back and watch that show, I was verklempt. It was amazing what she gave there. So Terry, tell them what that was.
Well, before we do that, I guess people are hearing a high-pitched music that's been obnoxious, so just something to note via chat. It was poison bolt for her father, right? Yeah, to take out her father, who was kind of a bastard, who tried to take her out. And so she had kept it with her, and because she talked about it on Saturday, she had kept it with her, and it was like essentially one of the most important things that she had.
Yeah, so her father had betrayed her, and she was cast off the side of a ship. Now Millie's dead, so her backstory is open for discussion. And her father was her principal betrayer, and so she managed to survive and come up from the waves. And when she did, she found herself back in the city, and she purchased a crossbow bolt, laced it with poison. It was one bolt and a mini crossbow ready for her father. And that was what she laid on Gimbal's altar.
So Millie did have daddy issues.
Okay. Also, I'm just looking at the session notes now. It says that Brim did try to he was going to give the teddy bear that the little girl had given to him. And then he turned back and said to Gimbal that he's sorry that he couldn't give this to him because it wasn't his to give. And then that's when he gave his GSU.
Yes.
Now, did we talk about the teddy bear earlier? Did we miss?
We can skip over it.
No,
So,
no,
next,
we
What
can't.
about what I gave?
No, we can't.
Yeah.
We can't skip that. That's one of the most important parts of the story.
What did Shorewin give? I'm interested
I'm
in
looking
that.
at-
Nobody remembers.
Brim, stop,
gave your mother's
stop.
So,
We can't. Stop. Okay, so
and so one of the things was Shorewin obviously being very new to the group felt terrible about it, but and this is something that would have come out eventually, but Shorewin being a cavalier felt an ownership of the group from day one. From day one, because they were willing to assist him.
yeah, until day
When he
gone.
was looking for beans.
Beans?
Yeah.
We all thought you were saying you're looking for beans.
Yeah.
I watched it 3 more times, and it sounds like you're looking for beans.
All
But
right.
you're saying beings.
Quick
Well,
quiz
good job.
in the chat. What is this symbol? Anyone in the chat, pop it in. Not one of our regular players here. What is this symbol you're seeing on the chat?
And so yeah, so he gave up his mother's
His
comb because he
ivory comb.
kept. Yep, he kept some of his mother's belongings with him,
ACDC.
who had died with him as he was traveling. So
Right. So it says Shorin reaches beneath his armor into a small pouch at his side, and he pulls out an ivory comb and says, "Long ago, I lost someone, and it has stayed with me. If I can do something to help the travelers not lose someone, this comb was a part of my mother's set, a mother I had lost, and I've been trying to avenge for many, many years. If this helps in any way, take it."
on a side note, we did avenge my mother, so that's good, I guess.
We did.
We did. We did.
Someone else's possible death, but that's a side thing.
Listen, I tried to die.
Oh, and then there was
They
a.
wanted
I
you
know.
to.
Yeah, see,
wanted
this
you
is
to
crazy.
so
Having
badly.
Kayla here, not having any idea what
I
that
know.
means is
I'm loving this. I'm
fantastic.
watching her. She's like,
Like what?
Kayla,
Sure.
punch in
Sure,
there
sure,
anytime you
die.
want.
So, Josh, what about that teddy bear? After
So,
the
yeah.
the teddy
yeah.
bear was bought from Toys R Us. It was from
It wasn't.
Animal Alley. Anyone remember that?
No,
Oh,
get
okay.
out of here. Talk to us about the teddy bear and make us
So
cry.
the teddy bear
Make us cry.
was given to Brim by a little girl. The little girl he met because she was in that basement room that we talked about a little bit ago, in a cage with her mother, having seen inexplicable sights. And this little girl was very much traumatized. And
All right.
so after getting her and her mother back to town to meet back up with her husband and father, Galen, or not, no,
No.
Gareth.
No, Gareth.
Gareth.
Yeah.
Sorry, we mix those two up all the time.
Wrong. G.
Millie would never sleep with a
Barrett.
married man.
No. So
Gareth.
let me jump in there, Josh. Thank you for saying that. And I think there have been a few moments. So Blue Box, as you know, is essentially a good sort of old school wholesome stream, but we do deal with adult themes. So this is not prudish. I put that in my Discord. We've had torture. We've had violation, I guess you would put it, but we deal with it in very cautious ways. So even as you look at like what this little girl saw, we did not describe it. We just described her reaction to it. And so we do want to, this is still an adult game. You know, we're not playing something that's like for 6-year-old kids here, but we're respectful of these themes, and we do them in a way that's discreet and always honors. So I don't know, I'll just stop there. But all what he's saying here, this was something, Gimbel's torture and the stuff with the teddy bear and Gareth's daughter, these were things that I handled with the utmost of care, and I think it was respectful. So don't anyone feel like we've done things here on Blue Box that are, you know, violating, not just, I don't care about Twitch, screw what they think. It's just violating the right way to handle things in a game, and I thought the players did a great job. So resume, please.
So after getting back to town, it was that night that we're all chilling, having dinner in the Welcome Winch, which here at Blue Box we do not agree with that term of the winch. It was just what it was called in the Greyhawk times. But jumping back, we're all on the Welcome Winch, and we're chilling out, and Brim that day in text roleplay had gone around to these different shops, or having Millie and Lilith go around to a shop, especially for a dress for a small girl. Brim had gone out to get a dagger, as well as some sweets from Federum and some milk. Yeah.
It just sounds even worse here.
Yes, I know. I know.
You gotta address.
No, that was a
you
little bit
gotta dagger
awkward
and some
because, like,
sweets.
yeah, because like, he got candy.
For Shorewind. The timeline's
Yeah,
backwards.
before Shine.
It
we went
was.
back.
It
This is
was.
right after
You're right, Terry.
And
He got
when-
candy and sweets, but it was all with the best of intentions. But there were a few raised eyebrows during that stream.
Yes, Bram doesn't understand. But
Also, sorry to interrupt, but when Brim told us to go get a dress, Lilith assumed that he was buying dresses for all of us. She ordered one for herself, one for Millie. And
I
one
forgot that. That's true. She did.
And when they,
Nice,
he
I
just
love
couldn't
that.
say no, and so he's like, yeah, sure, whatever. I don't care anymore. But comes back for that night, asks the parents, hey, can she...
Yeah. Say it
I
with a
can't
straight
even say
face.
it. So
Josh,
awkward.
say it with a
It's
straight
"Can I
face."
please talk with her alone. And they're like, oh, and he's like, I don't want to be somewhere where everyone's watching. Where everyone is like, a lot of people would make me nervous. And has in the past. And they're like, sure. Thankfully, he rolled high on persuasion, as well as either Millie or Lilith or Millith helped persuade them as well. And so they came upstairs, but then the little girl came into Brim's room, and Brim sat away from her, not looking at her, looking at the wall. And he then opened up to her a bit about his past and a bit of what he has been through being traumatized as a child. And he talked with her about strength and about courage and about how it's not about you forgetting the things that have happened. It's about learning how to become stronger from them, but knowing that you do not need to be strong in this moment. It's okay to cry, and it's okay to feel hurt and broken, but it's to know that those broken pieces can be used as a weapon for you, for your gain, and for your glory. And Brim like knocked or something, and there was sweets and milk on the bed to the left that he didn't touch and he didn't look at. He also showed her his scars along his arms and on his back, but still not looking at her, because he didn't want to feel like he was staring at her, because he understood how that felt. And then he knocked, and I think the dress or the dagger was brought in first, whatever it was. But she was given a dress, she was given a dagger, and then she was offered 2 ribbons, whichever one she thought was prettier for her hair.
Yeah,
And it was like,
the dress was
because
first.
You're beautiful no matter what, and a dagger because you're to protect yourself.
Right.
And
Yeah.
and then she gave him a teddy bear to
Or
protect
teddy
him.
bear.
Yep.
Or a teddy bear to protect him now. And Brim is not letting go of that teddy bear. He let go of it once for it to stay with Ashrin. And he hated every second being away from that teddy bear.
And he got it back. So,
But
And
we
if
all
you feel
love
like crying,
But we all
please
love
watch
Ashrin, so
Hold on, I gotta go
so
upstairs.
this is an example.
What?
Because we got some new viewers on, and they're going like, you dealt with what content? You did what? But
Yeah.
this is how it was handled. It was in a way that was so respectful
Very.
and so kind and really designed, like, we empathize with anyone that has gone through abuse. We do not make light of that here on this stream. We honor the pain of that, and we tell those stories in a way that everything I do, I want it to be heroic. I want it to be something that is rescuing and kind and empathetic to people. And Josh, I thought you killed that with that role play. I set it up and I trusted you with it, and you crushed it. You crushed it. I'll stop there.
goosebumps,
was
and if you
actually-
feel like crying, go watch
Yeah,
it.
I
that
do
was
too.
actually the episode I came in on, because I remember sitting there, because that was the first half of that episode, and watching and going, oh, okay, and I'm supposed to follow that crap? Luckily, I still won MVP that night, but man, that was...
It was a pity MVPs.
It was a pity
It was.
MVP. I'm not gonna lie. Everybody loved Winston from day one, but no, Josh is. But that's what's so great is those instances are just so powerful.
So I think we've had a few of them, which
Oh,
are
yeah.
great. Oof.
So that's
Also, if
why.
you want to watch Millie's death scene, that was terrible.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean,
That
the
whole
way
episode.
Brim just knocked Shorewind out of the way, so Shorewind couldn't.
Shorewind would have.
Okay, so hold on. Let me reel this in, because I do want to move it forward, because we've talked for an hour and I'm loving this so much. Kayla, thank you for being here with us tonight, and I want you to again feel free to jump in.
Toss it.
Yes.
You gotta
Yeah,
interrupt.
like,
You gotta
pump in.
launch.
So in fact,
Start talking just like this.
okay. So I'm gonna set up the next section. Before I do that, I want Kayla I'm going to step out of the room. I'm going to refresh my coffee. I want Kayla to lead this next section. But I want you to also talk about what happened in the one shot that we did for virtual Greyhawk Con, which was kind of a departure from the regular campaign. You guys found yourself in the dry steppes and the sea of dust.
Oh yeah.
And
when you got that cool new shield.
When I got a cool new shield.
You got the cool
that I
new
was told
shield.
was not cursed.
I didn't say
Exactly.
that. Gimbal did not say that.
He did not.
It was the first time you guys
said it
saw
was
this
fine.
guy. You went into this.
Yes.
Remember that in the
Out of
dust?
sand.
Yeah, and by the
Came
way,
right in the mouth.
this is relevant to the story. The story, if you guys think I just make this stuff up on the fly, I don't. There are connections and connections and connections, your backstories, the things you do, the histories of Greyhawk. This is all deeply interwoven. Kayla, take it away.
Well, I mean, we still haven't talked about Millie's death. That's coming up, isn't it?
It
Like,
is
'cause
coming.
if I
It
ask-
is.
Before
It
we-
is. It is coming up.
We still have my innards on sand. we still have 3 trees.
Yes.
Oh, 3
We
trees.
still have
Then
the
the
Druid
innards.
Grove.
Hold on. I got 3 trees up on the screen now.
I mean, there's so much before Millie's death.
Oh yeah, lots.
In
who's three trees
Brim's
then?
defense.
Who's 3? Oh, so Brim,
Do you
tell us
wanna
about
tell us
that.
about
I think a lot of the lowest points of the party kind of revolve around Brim.
Tell us a little bit about. I never roll nat 20s
I don't.
You know,
I
you know
like
what though, Brim? You know what?
unless there's a 3 trees there.
Yes, for this.
What is it, Rory? What were you trying to say?
Well, he said that he's always the low point, except when Gimbal's around, because then he's a high point. Putting
So-
Gimbal on his shoulder.
Okay.
So, Josh, tell us a little bit about 3 Trees and how you got involved after Shorewind
Yes.
was not
So-
involved.
You want to hear what happened? So this was the day after, I think. What happened? Gimbal was taken. That's what it was.
Yeah,
Yes,
because
Right.
this is right after Greyhawk
Yes.
Con,
It was
which we
literally
kind
right
of
after
touched on
Greyhawk
later about the whole
So-
Crystal and Holly and kidnapping
Yeah,
Gimbal.
to
Now
be super
this.
quick with the temple, we went through a temple. Shorewind got attached to a curse shield. We went down through the temple, fought a weird Hellhound Cerberus thing. There was then a crystal eye that definitely connects to the crystal skull that we talked about earlier.
Yep.
We got the eye, but then Holly had popped in. Holly was like, "Give me the eye," and she had Gimbal. And Millie, with a high roll, pretended like she gave her the eye, and then Holly was like, "F all y'all," and vamped out with Gimbal as well.
Wait a minute. Millie rolled high.
Millie rolled high, and she
Oh,
was
that's
able-
weird.
She was, yeah, okay, shut up.
Okay, hang on. Sorry, Josh. The reason why Holly was able to find us is because that brush that she had
Right.
slipped into
Yep.
my pocket
Yep.
was actually like a
It
beacon
was a
of, like,
scrying,
to tell us
scrying
where,
piece. Yeah.
yeah, told us where exactly to find us. So
Which, yes, that was a huge emotional point as well for Lilith.
you're welcome.
Yeah, sorry.
Speaking
sorry.
of, did we
I
go to
tried.
burn? Did we go to burn before or after 3 Trees?
Before 3 Trees, after the temple. They
Oh,
went
so
to
we
the
gotta talk
temple to
about burn
burn
too.
Yeah.
to the whole because of your shield, and you lit Ashran
Yeah.
on fire.
I
Yes.
lost an eye.
So
After
Because of
you
Gimbal.
lit Ashran on fire.
we went to burn, I think, after that, and was like, Gimbal was taken, and he's like, okay, give me the eye, and we're like, oh, all right, sure, like, I guess, because you're saying that you can keep it safe, and he kept Millie quiet
Right.
during this encounter, and Millie was pissed off about that, and then
Actually,
Brim
Burn
was like,
kept her
I gotta
quiet.
go, because Brim was like, I've gotta go take
Yeah.
care of, I think, what's your butt again? Shorewind. Something happened there. I can't remember. He left, and so what happened to Shorewind?
At which point? Is this
Like,
before or after
he-
the shield?
Oh, you went to go see Winston because you
Well,
weren't
yeah,
able to
oh.
spend time with Winston the whole time. And so
Right,
you went
because the
after Winston.
paling. The paling showed up there.
Nope, not
Yeah.
yet.
Not yet.
Paling.
That's that night.
We went to burn twice, before the temple and then after we handed the eyeballs from
Yes.
Shorewind's shield, and then Millie and Lilith peaced
That's-
out.
The burn thing, the explosion on Ashran was after 3 Trees, though. Yeah. So.
Oh, but that happened when I went to the
you lost
horsey.
yet, Kayla?
What?
You
No,
lost yet? Okay.
not at
Okay,
all.
okay, hold on. So we come back from the desert dungeon. Okay, that's what I'm gonna
Yes.
call it, desert dungeon. And we go to burn. And first off, there's the rug, which was pretty cool. Everybody loved the
Rug of
rug.
hugging. Got it.
Again.
Yes, the
Oh,
rug
and
of
we're
hugging.
all caught up. That was perfect.
Yeah.
Now we're caught up right to
And so we go
the
up
most recent
there.
session.
and I have this shield on my arm that won't come off because it's cursed, because somebody told me it was fine, and so I put it on.
Beautiful. It was fine.
And so then Burn is like, well, you got a choice to make. Do you want you to lose something, or something that means something to you lose something? Well, as a Cavalier, I'm like, no, I'll take it.
Hey, so Terry. So if you look,
that's once again after 3 trees.
So Terry.
No, that's before 3 trees.
I'm pretty sure it's after, because we went to him because that's when we found out that it was cursed. Because we tried to take it off at the temple.
He's. I think he's right, Terry.
After 3 trees was killed.
But look at if you look at the screen, you'll see the shield. You see the shield there?
That's the shield.
Yep.
It looks super safe.
Beautiful.
It's a gorgeous
So
shield.
beautiful.
Yeah.
Gosh.
So, but 3 trees was no, because we were in the previous night. I wasn't wearing the shield in the end because I met the orc the previous night, and that's when I challenged him.
Yes. And
But I
you
didn't have-
still
I-
had your eye that night.
Yeah, but I didn't have the shield on. So the shield was put on at the temple.
Because remember,
Evelyn,
because
where are
remember,
you?
Ashrin was burned at the temple. And
Right,
that's when we were like, we got to get to Burn to get this off of you.
Yes.
Right, and we went straight to Burn from
That
the
was
temple.
after 3 trees, because Brim
Oh, so
brought...
3 trees was that far back?
Yeah.
Yep.
Oh.
So let me describe 3 trees. What happened was that night, the Shorewin went up to this orc, this half-orc.
He was a half orc.
Half-orc
Yeah.
in the bar.
Yeah.
And was like, hey, do you know of this Storgajol, or
So
this
half
person?
orc walks into a bar. Okay, keep telling the
Yes,
joke.
half-orc walks into a bar, and it looks like that. So he walked really hard into it.
Or did he already? Like,
Yeah, gosh, it was rough. But Shorin, just an encounter happens there where he's like, oh yeah, Storgajol's freaking bone buddy. Like, yeah, gosh.
buddy.
Wait, I'm sorry. What'd you say?
Bone buddy.
He's home, buddy.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Oh,
Okay.
I
all right.
heard bone, but
Yeah, I heard something. Sorry.
I said bone buddy. But
Okay. Yeah.
so found out that his sister was linked with Storgajol, this big bad orc boss dude that rides a red dragon that we've been trying to track down and kill. But with this point, he's like, I want to fight your buddy, the big ogre guy. This is literally right after the temple where Gimbal was taken. Gimbal, Brim's best friend. And he's like, kind of, even though the rest of the party was trusted, he really trusted Gimbal and cared about Gimbal a lot. Because even though for his size, he always defended Brim in social encounters. And Brim never defended himself. And so Brim is really at his end here, and he's up in his room, just didn't take dinner, just is up there. Well, this dude's like, yeah, I want to fight your buddy, and Shorewin's like, no, you'll fight me tomorrow morning, or something like that. And he's like, whatever, I'll fight you, and then I'll fight him, and blah, 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 blah.
Because he knew something about Githa, that's why.
That's
He's
right.
like, I'll tell
That's
you
right.
if you beat me.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
Agatha is Sherwin's sister.
yes.
Right.
Okay.
Well, next morning.
Well, she's half sister because she's half orc. So there's a whole backstory to that.
But Brim just destroyed her 3 trees and never got the story out of him. So
Yeah.
Correct.
Like, killed him. Like,
Like,
it was
on
a
the first
fight.
hit.
So-
It was
How
did that
literally
roll
the first
go?
hit.
So,
How did that-
okay. So what
Yeah,
happened?
fight scene,
Brim-
fight.
Brim comes down the next morning. Shorin's like, yo, this dude wants to fight you. Brim looks him dead in the eyes and is like, I'm done. Sure, let's go. And like,
Win.
and he like walks outside, puts his hands in the leather wraps that he has, and just goes into the fight. He sees this dude and it looks like he's battle hardened. He's like, he can take this. So he's fighting, blow by blow, then finally throws the dude over back of him. He lands with a thud. He turns around, blood red fury, and just goes in a full run towards this guy. Brim doesn't really notice or care that he's unconscious, and goes and pulls his leg back, rolls with advantage, gets a nat 20 on it, confirms the nat 20, and just cracks him in the head with the kick.
And Shorewin runs up to him, goes, "Shit."
Yeah.
That's pretty much.
I mean, that was
If you picture a tetherball pole, right? Shorten the rope and lay it on its side, that's the half orc.
Yeah.
That's his head, and Brim kicked the ball.
And everybody started looking at him. I remember John's like, "Everybody's looking at Brim."
Well, 'cause
I don't think I
typically
sounded
when we
like that,
first-
Terry, but yes.
It was close.
You
What
said
is
it
that?
exactly
Oh
like
my God, what's he all doing? That's what he's doing.
The brimming.
The Brim-ing, yeah. Well, when we first came to town, everybody was looking at Brim, and then everybody kind of got to know Brim, and everyone felt comfortable. And then after this whole thing, everybody was scared of him again, and that was very out of character for Brim because previously, like he said, even when I asked for help to fight the spiders, he didn't help attack anything there. And there's a lot of instances where he chose not to fight. And this instance with Shorewin, he chose to fight, and then yeah, that happened. Very unfortunate.
Well said.
Then
I gotta say,
we rush to the temple, have an incredible interaction between him and the priest, and then the shield explodes, and then we rush to burn. And for once, Millie stays with Ashrin while the rest of us abandon her.
well, what? No,
The
that's so.
rug,
To
though.
what?
Can we talk about the rug?
We can talk about the rug before we go to the rug, because that's going to be Gimble's part. Rory's got to talk about the rug. But I want to acknowledge the chat. The chat is blowing up tonight. Thank you so much, all of you. But I love Cowboy Hob, who's part of the Children of Dirt stream with Josh, and I want each of you to shout out your socials. We're going to do that right now. But she said, look at that handsome face. That's referring to Brim.
Thank you.
Sorry. What a hunk of man.
Thank you.
Fans herself. Well, Mr.
That's perfect for that too.
That's totally Vivi.
So well played. All right. So I want each of you to shout out your socials. Tell us about where you stream, what you do, who you are. We'll start with you, Terry. Go ahead.
Oh, me? Oh,
Yep.
I'm so unprepared. All right, so listen, you want to see something funny, go to TikTok, look up Machik ED, and me and Josh have a fantastic little TikTok
Yes, you do.
that you will adore. That's MACHIKED. You can also find me on Instagram and on Twitter with the same credentials. I don't do Facebook.
And ED stands for education, not erectile
No,
dysfunction.
it doesn't stand for that either. It actually stands for Emerald Dream, which is an old server I was on in World of Warcraft.
Which is
Except
easier.
when we're talking about John.
All we're saying is it does not stand for erectile dysfunction.
It
That's all we.
does
Wait,
not.
what?
Yeah,
What
no.
does that even mean?
Yes.
All right, go ahead, Rory.
I don't really have any socials because I really don't have much for social media. However, you can find me on MeWe, and that's about the extent of my socials.
Which is not entirely true because Rory is a principal contributor here at Blue Box. He's helping me get a podcast up with all of our streams, and he helped.
Well, yeah. So yeah.
Yeah, and he helped organize a lot of Blue Box Con. So he dissembles a bit because he's very humble, but Rory is an amazing part of our community, and I'm so grateful to you.
So
all right.
for socials, it's MeWe. For projects, and I'm like 14 episodes behind, but the stats for GHA. So there's the stats that I work on.
The stats. Like, tell us about the stat. I don't think, Kayla, do you know about the stats?
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
No, she
You
doesn't.
need to look at the stats.
All right, so
You
Kayla.
You need to look at the stats.
You can see where Millie
You know
rolls
the
a
stats.
20
Yeah, Kayla-
98% of the time.
Don't steal his thunder, Terry. Kayla, you need to know about the stats.
Yeah, you
Rory,
need to know about the stats.
tell Kayla what you do.
So, the reason why I know Brim gave up the stick, Millie gave up the bolt, Shorewin gave up the comb, and Lilith gave up the totem, and the various other things is because I've watched each of the first 30 episodes 3 times each.
Yes,
So I went through, created the template, realized partway through I screwed it up, went back through, fixed it, realized I still needed to fix it, went back through a 3rd time, and created this stat of how many attack rolls, how many initiative rolls, how many 1 initiatives, how many tied initiatives, how much damage caused per individual. The best I could, because John doesn't always give out the details when it's like a mystery kind of thing. So how many spells were cast by Gimbal, how many spells were cast by...
Can you resend me the spreadsheet while we're on the chat tonight? I would let you email me. I'll pull it up.
It's
I want
so crazy to see the stats.
No,
like,
it's insane.
You don't.
Yeah, it is.
Something
It's
you
insane.
never really see, and it's just bizarre to see how many times you've hit, how much damage you've dealt.
He records every single roll,
Everything.
stats it out, which I love. It's so incredible.
It's insane.
I've
Really
never had a
quick,
player do that.
I like
No.
that, and there's no reason why they can't implement something like that in Rule 20. There's no reason why they couldn't try
Right.
to do something like that.
Yeah.
I like that idea.
No,
Rule
it's really
20, keep
good.
Listening.
It's really, really good. All right, Vivi, go ahead.
Oh, my name is Vivi, but often called Vivi. A lot of people, it doesn't matter to me either way. But I am the DMs.quest on Instagram. That's where you can find me. I paint minis, do terrain, stream Blue Box. I help judge a monthly terrain building competition for Encounter Terrain, which is where you make a terrain piece based on a theme on a 10 by 10 centimeter inch base. So yeah, and that's what I do. Oh, and apparently, yes, I'm the Beholder Queen because I have a slightly mild obsession with beholders.
I never noticed.
Just mild obsession.
Huh, that's weird.
It's
Hey,
not fair.
hey, Lilith, or Vivi, I got you.
I know, I
Oh,
got it.
no.
I have mine too. I could show all my Beholder stuff, but all my stuff is packed. I'm literally sitting at a desk. That's it.
You have to get her one of those shirts that Kristen had then.
Yeah, I was gonna ask.
have to.
Oh, right, you weren't there. Sorry. So
Oh, too soon.
This is my own paint. This is my own paint of a beholder. Yeah.
I have that one. That's
From
the Reaper model.
1936. What? Who?
Ooh, what?
All right.
sorry, speak up.
I'm gonna fight you, Terry. I'm gonna fight you, Terry. All right.
off my lawn. Really nice lawn too.
All right. Josh, please, tell us about you and shout out NPC Voices and Children of Dirt and all you're doing.
Yeah, thank you so much, Vivi. Sorry. Thank you so much, Vivi.
It's fine.
So, my name is Joshua Blake of NPC Voices. You can find me on TikTok, Instagram, Twitter, and Twitch. Here on Monday nights at 7:30 p.m. Eastern, we play Children of Dirt. It is a 5th edition campaign with a little bit of variant rules, where Terry can suck a lemon. But I'm a voice actor, I'm an actor, and I'm moving to LA pretty soon, in less than a month now, and so I'm happy to be able to be missing so many different episodes to,
Yeah, Josh, what's your OnlyFans name?
Oh,
I
right.
just messaged him that.
The Brimmening.
It's the
Brimini.
It's
I love it. I subscribed.
should take one.
Yes, Kristen, you're right,
It
Kristen.
would just be D&D content.
All right, so like when you say sort of your vision and the way you've modified rules in 5e, which I like 5e. There's so much good stuff about it, but you've made it grittier, which to me feels a lot like, I'm not saying you're copying, you actually gave homage to me, which I was really grateful for, but it's just making it more
Realistic.
realistic and gritty. Talk about that, like the modifications
So,
you made to 5e. Because
what
honestly,
made it
wait, I'm sorry, I'm gonna cut you off. Honestly, I may start playing 5e.
What? No.
Because I love. Oh wow! I just shut off the whole stream. It's like, oh, what's? I love.
You guys have a good one.
I love.
I won't be able to stand up for a little while.
I love D&D Beyond. D&D Beyond is great. The content coming out from WotC is good. I just didn't like how nerfed it felt. And this idea of I'm modifying my own 3.5 rules to go back to 1.2 and so I could modify 5e and feel like it's still gritty and real, and that's what you're doing. And you may have influenced me, my friend, as I've influenced you. So talk about what you've done with your rules.
So, with my rules, what's made it gritty and realistic was a 5e variant rule called Gritty Realism. Who would have thought? So, what it does is it takes a long rest, which is usually 8 hours, and makes it a full 7 days. And then it makes a short rest, instead of being 1 hour, 8 hours. What? John is smoking wacky weed. Yeah, it happens.
Wait a minute. You're telling me that people cannot get their spells back for 7 days?
So I am changing that after
Okay.
talking with
No,
one of
that's
my
too
players.
far.
Is it?
That's
but
too
it
far.
will take, because in my campaign, It is when the weave has broken, the spell weave, so the spell plague is at this time. So magic is not as easily harnessable. So for them to get their spells back, they're going to have to spend an hour plus to get their spells and everything like that in the mornings to be able to fully harness that ability in their days.
Okay.
Which D&D Imposter, who is watching right now, is the one that is the spellcaster of the group.
Which is not all dissimilar to what I do with 3.5. Right. There's no such thing as short rest, and it takes days. You don't just recover. You get 1 or 2 or 3 hit points based on where you're resting. So if you're on hard rock and a cold night, you might get 1 hit point.
If you're in a Brim.
with
Brim always gets the HP.
But if you're in a comfy inn, you might get 3-4 hit points during that night. So I think that's great, and I love that. And we'll see. You might have been an influence on me. We'll see. Maybe some 5e here on Blue Box. All right.
5e is because 5e is so easy to get into. It's pretty darn easy to adapt to most anything.
Yeah,
but you also got to be careful.
Oh,
it's
for sure. For sure.
Yeah, it's just so funny because that's where I started was 5e, and I've had way more fun in John's version. I'm not even going to call it 3.5.
Oh, I agree.
It's John's
I call it John's version. Like, I have way more fun in that than I do anything else. So as long as he doesn't call it 5e, I'll be okay.
I love that. No, thank you, Terry. So I think I'll have maybe 5. Stop.
He doesn't know my name.
Stop.
Since last summer.
You know how much I've traveled. Do you know how much I've been across this state, and with all of you, I am barely conscious right now. No, so I think that's a great point, and I probably will embrace some 5e modified rule sets here very soon. I like 5e. I like all that WotC has done. I love D&D Beyond. And you may see that come, but it will be more like what Josh is doing, not this computer role-playing game, short rest, wake up, all healed, everything good. Okay, I'll tell you, so let me challenge the crew here.
All right.
Can you name the one part of
John
5e
that he likes the most?
Well, I have to hear John Josh, damn it.
Sorry.
All right, John, go ahead.
The one part
I'm going to be Evelyn.
The one part of 5e I hate the most. And you got to think about my I'll give you a hint. My favorite character is what? My favorite class is what?
Paladin.
So what do I
doesn't know that, they haven't watched.
I know what it is. Pick me.
Okay.
Pick me.
No,
All right, you, Josh. Go ahead, Josh.
Terry, pick me.
Okay, I picked Josh. Josh, go ahead.
Okay, erectile dysfunction. So, what it is...
Oh, I thought that's what he disliked the most.
It is, well, yeah, it's what he doesn't like the most. It is that players are able to play the Oathbreaker Paladin. Because you do not like that there can be evil paladins.
No.
Don't like
No?
No.
Oh,
So
right?
close. You're close. You have the right. So there are evil paladins, and they are called what? And they are what class?
I said
Paladin
Oathbreaker.
class.
I thought it was an Oathbreaker.
Yeah.
Isn't it?
It's an Oathbreaker.
Paladin?
You have two. So I'm looking at the humans only. Yes, thank you, Jay. You got it, Jay. You have two types. You have paladins, which are lawful good.
Right.
You have
anti-paladins.
Anti-paladins, which are what alignment?
Not
Evil.
good.
Yeah.
No, they are evil. They are evil. Anti-paladins are what alignment?
Chaotic evil?
No!
Lawful
A
evil.
paladin is not chaotic, sir. A paladin is of what alignment? Anti.
Sexy.
Lawful.
It's sexy
Lawful evil. The whole idea of a paladin is that they hold to a strict code of honor. So if they're good, they're a paladin, so they're lawful good, they hold to that stricture. If they're evil, they're anti-paladin, and they can be totally evil, but they still hold to a stricture. The idea of a paladin is holding to a code of conduct, good or evil. This idea in 5e of chaotic neutral paladins, neutral good paladins, I despise that. you can have evil paladins. Yes, they're called anti-paladins, but they're lawful evil. All right, I'll jump off my hobby horse.
Can you please get him his prunes? And
Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. This is like this.
Yeah, please get him his applesauce pudding.
I don't know. It bothers me so much. There's no such thing as a K-Newt paladin.
I was so scared he was going to have a heart attack.
Yeah, I know. I'm with you.
John, you worry me, and I love you.
I love you too. Don't worry. I feel very good right now, so it's not a problem.
He's in better shape than me. I was like 25 going on 50 with my back. I don't have that problem.
Yeah, seriously. John's in way better shape than I am.
No. All right, so that's all I want to say. I got to look at the chat, and please, wherever we continue, I distracted all of you.
Yeah, there was a comment. So the campaign summary. Yeah, when you get a chance, John, the campaign summary actually was tossed into the Blue Box fan art. You may want to put it up. That may help people understand exactly where the campaign history goes. It really is fairly specific.
Oh my gosh!
Lots of good information.
Yeah, remember when Millie was...
Okay, Pat Draws is just frickin' amazing.
I mean, yes, but...
Do go on.
No, don't say but. There's no but.
So we talked about 3 trees.
So real quick, Terry.
Yeah.
John, you asked for the link. It's in Discord for you.
Yes,
it's
it is. For the statistics, right?
OC, yep, in the stats.
So those watching, make sure you check it out because it's actually pretty fantastic.
Probably.
So we just finished. Have we gotten to the blowing up of the barrel of oil?
Not yet.
No,
Not yet.
That's restored.
That's coming up, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
That's when we first go to
So
the
that's
fort.
after his res,
That's
right?
after burn. Yep.
So no, it was right after your res, wasn't it? We resed you. Oh no, it was after burn.
No, yeah, after burn.
Yeah, because Gimbal was there.
Yeah, but it was after your res because didn't we take a bunch of your fellow gnomies with us?
Yeah, and so
Yeah,
after
it was
he
after.
resurrected-
Oh, it was immediately after the
Yeah.
Yeah, it was immediately after your res.
I had
Lynn's face pumping us.
I had my elven
yes.
milk.
Powered by Elven Milk.
Yes,
I had the elven milk then.
Yeah.
because we
So
brought some of your
unfortunate.
elven
Mad
friends.
chatters. Look at all the shirts.
And we took you shrunk the barrel and everybody was looking at you like
yeah.
you're crazy.
I think that's the first time I shrunk an item, right?
Yeah,
that
it
was
was.
because I learned this.
It
It
was.
was.
Yes, it was.
Yeah. And then it got that stomach acid on it, and it absolutely.
And you attempted to kill multiple PCs and NPCs at the same time.
It seems surprising to people for me to ask for a 6-foot tall barrel full of oil. John was definitely confused by that.
Yes, he was.
This is
And
the
then I
thing
shrunk
about-
it. I shrunk it, and then when we used it, I will say.
No, we can get right where we got to jump forward because otherwise we're
When I
gonna be
used it,
6 hours.
when I used it, I sent John the link or the copied information because there is a such thing as a 6-foot tall barrel. Then I looked up the weight of kerosene oil, and I did all the other math to
Yep.
explain why it weighs like 5,000, 6,000 pounds.
So for those that don't know, this is when we actually, after we rezzed him, we went back to the fort because we thought it was a good idea. And we took a bunch of his friends and we attacked the fort. And so what does Gimbal do? He jumps on the back of an orc, shoves this miniaturized barrel, which for those that don't know, will expand upon negative impact.
Where does he shove it? Hold up.
Yeah.
Shoves it directly into the mouth of an orc,
Okay, cool.
swallows it,
Yep.
and then the acid in the
He
stomach.
didn't swallow it. He didn't swallow it. Gimbal
didn't-
stuck it in his mouth, held his head, hit his jaw, and said, "Now something like now you go
That's what-
where I came from."
And so that blew up. He doesn't swallow. That's true.
He
So that
doesn't
blew
swallow.
up the
In his
orc.
mouth?
Yeah, yeah.
No,
Okay, so it
I hit it in
exploded in
his
his
mouth.
mouth. Exploded in his mouth.
Exploded in
Phoebe,
his stomach.
Phoebe, come back. I need you. I need an adult.
Yeah. And then he knocked Millie
I think
and
it was 7
himself.
orcs,
Yeah,
me
slammed
and
Millie
Millie, causing
with
144 points of damage.
Yeah. Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
you're joking.
Yeah,
No,
it was a.
joking.
It was a.
It didn't
No,
kill them.
because the barrel exploded. It
Yeah.
was like miniature to massive oil. It's a really cool use of a spell. He crushed that.
And it was an natural 20. And John's like, I don't know what to do with this.
True.
Now the good news is nobody else died that day. Well,
I
nobody
just
on our
almost-
side.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
No,
then
Robert. Wait.
she
I'm
really
being
killed
challenged.
Mitch, I think,
I'm being
right?
challenged by Robert. I'm being challenged by Robert. Phantom NJ. No, sir. I disagree. I don't care what canon says. In my games, paladins hold to stricture. So if you are an anti-paladin, you are still following an evil god, an evil demon, and you hold to what they do. So lawful is my requirement for paladins or anti-paladins. Good or evil, I don't care. You got to be lawful. That's what I do in my game.
Sorry.
I thought
I
Jay.
like Robert better.
Yeah, I've got to side with Robert because he's just too pure of an individual.
Yeah, he is way too.
No,
pure,
he's
so-
too.
I'm sorry.
And I'm not. I'm not. No, I love
No, you're
Robert.
not.
No, I love Robert. But I think Jay agreed with me. So Jay is the ultimate arbiter. So you're all done.
So you're pinning it on Jay. You're like, no, I don't want to disagree with Phantom. Let's let Jay disagree with
Yeah.
Phantom.
Yeah.
Wow.
No. So Phantom,
All right.
Bloodwild. That's Steve. Steve says lawful evil. And
Gosama says.
oh, he is IRCE.
Picture and IRCE.
We have lawful
Sorry, John.
neutral as well. The call. All right. So I'll call it here on Blue Box. It's LE or LG. That's it for
It's the reason we
paladins.
don't have dinosaurs.
LG's
It's
a good
It's
unfortunate.
the reason we don't have Uthar.
Ooh, sick burn.
You may still have him.
Burn.
You don't know.
No.
You might see him.
Burn.
Burn.
So where are we at?
Where were we?
So we leave
Episode.
fort,
Okay, so
right?
back to episode 1.
Yeah.
What happens when we leave that fort? I don't remember.
No,
Well,
but
that's
we already
before
talked
we-
about all that.
Yeah.
Oh
we
yeah,
went-
so we jumped ahead. Okay.
Yeah.
So then, where do we want to jump to next?
We're at the burn explosion. Oh, we didn't talk about, I guess, Gimble's capture.
What about
That was just
Taj
horrendous.
Yax? Have we talked about his first?
Oh, no, we have
appearance?
not.
Yash
We have
talk.
not.
What'd you say?
Taj talks.
Ta-
Yash
da-
talks.
Yaj
Smell-
talks. Jay
Yash talk is
Scott.
Jay Scott.
Yeah.
Josh and Mox.
But
he's-
Yash
he's-
talk smells like a high school kid with Axe body spray.
Yeah,
That's
sorry,
what
his name is
smells
Josh's
like.
Talks.
Who thinks that if you take lemon and lime and put them together, it's a good thing? Lemon, lime, right? Who doesn't like that? But it's not a good thing. This
It's
guy
not a
wore
good thing.
too much.
Isn't that what Sprite is though?
He was the
I don't
first
know.
ever Axe body spray.
That's basically how a role played him. Yeah, exactly.
He's like,
no,
oh, fine, guys.
no, he had the heavy cologne in the nightclub.
Oh, talking about heavy cologne. Tell us about drunk Ashrin hitting on Millie.
Oh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Story time.
What?
Yeah.
That's
What they
all
were
I
talking
need to
about?
do.
You're looking.
Yeah,
you're
that
looking.
was all Vivi.
You're looking
Let's-
mighty fine,
it
girl.
was
That's
all-
like I don't know
all
what
Vivi.
to say.
Vivi?
Ooh, ooh, oh,
Yes.
oh, you're quite.
So we, Ashton looked a little uptight. And she had a rough time. So Millie and I thought it would be a good idea to let her taste the sweet taste of alcohol for the first time. And then
Slippery
she
nectar.
she had a little fun. And
Yeah,
then
you just
got
kind of gave her a
couple
lot
A
of it.
little fun. She tried to
Yes.
sleep with everybody.
Yes.
She did. She's like, ooh, he's cute. Who's
It's-
that guy?
no, it's all right.
At that time,
ooh.
Shorwin and Brim were out in the stables having a true heart-to-heart.
Yeah.
And we come back inside. That's when the nod of knowing first came to
Yes,
me.
the nod of
The
knowing.
nod of knowing.
I still have it in my... No, actually, I gave it to Rin. Rin has the nod of knowing now.
Yep.
Oh.
But...
You gotta give it back and forth.
Yes, we do it
Oh,
to
so
each
it's
other
with
back
Ren
and
now, huh?
forth. So I'm gonna have
Oftentimes.
to wait for him to give it.
Oh, I'll give it.
Back.
So,
but-
like, my guess
Yeah.
is everyone's just going a while through the summary because we just don't really want to talk about Millie's death. It's
yeah,
okay,
we
guys.
know.
I get
We
it.
actually
That's
just haven't
honestly
got
the
there yet.
last
There
thing
you
we
go.
want to do.
All right, so
But yeah,
it's
we
we're
come
an
back
hour and a half
inside for
in,
1 second,
and we
so I
got to
can
accelerate
actually
this. So let's go ahead. Let's go to Millie's death.
Come on,
Oh, no,
man.
And we
And-
got a super sad note,
Wait,
guys.
wait. Are we not going to talk about my guts on the floor?
All
No,
right,
it's
do
not
it. Do that.
Not
Go ahead.
important.
Go ahead, Terry. Your
It's just short,
viscera.
man.
Your
Come on.
viscera in the sand.
But you lived,
Look.
though, right?
Look. Yeah.
Yeah,
well,
but did you
okay.
die?
But
No,
Gimble
but the
saved
important
Shorwin.
part is Winston was fine through that whole entire thing.
Winston.
So let's go to Millie's death.
Yeah.
I mean, literally, a needle saved me that time.
Yeah.
Yeah. Saved
That
by
morphine.
a needle.
I was saved by a needle.
Not by the thread.
No, it was not by the. It was Ashrin who almost died. that time, which, you know, if you looked
She
at the
was
map
protecting
chatters,
the
they
love
were
of her
okay
life.
with it. But yeah, okay, I'll give you that. Yeah. But yeah, so that was when we found Githa.
Mhm.
Because then, after we took Ashrin back and like to her little estate, like, yo, this dog is dying. They were like, yo, you need to go get some shrooms. And we said, okay, we'll do
Pretty
that.
much.
So quickly, a 30-second, I like how you did all of that. A 30-second like whatever. We're backing up. Brim and Gimbal faced off with a red dragon, as Shorwin was on the ground with his guts
That's true.
out of him.
See, I thought you were gonna mention the snowball fight.
Oh well, that's
after.
on the way to get the shrooms.
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Oh, and her Gimbal got to talk to a dragon. What was that about?
Yeah.
No, oh well, yeah. And Brim tried to talk to the dragon.
Yeah, Brim actually
Oh,
tried
you're
to
just
talk
on the
to
floor?
dragons multiple times.
Yes. I almost got him. Almost got him the first time.
Oh.
Freak.
First
Yeah.
time for with that barrel blowing up, Brim tried to convince the dragon to let go of his chains because of his mightiness and all this. So Gimbal picked up on that when we faced that Terry's talking about.
Yeah,
And
well,
actually
and this was
climbed
the,
up the dragon.
this was the first time that like Shorin was like, yo, you guys are balling, but I need to do this by myself because
Yeah.
you know through everything
Oh,
else
the
he had been
first
accepting
time?
the help.
The first
yeah.
time he's gone off on his own to try and face something? Really?
Yeah, that was the first time on his own. On his own,
Mhm.
there wasn't a point before that because he let you face 3 trees.
Yeah, but oh, true, on your own. But when you would rush, or when Shorwin would
Yeah,
rush
but that
into
was as a
things.
team thing. This was
Uh-huh.
like you people stay out of the
He
circle.
did directly say everyone stay out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I don't even know what
And then
you're
you end up
doing,
dead.
Josh.
Yeah.
Well, but dead, but not dead.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, exactly. So then Gimbal is trying to sneak up onto the dragon to get Githa, and she slides off. Thank
She does.
And then, so Gimbal's on the back of this immature red dragon. And then
No, yeah, it was.
he's trying to convince this dragon. Brim comes over, tries to break the chains, and the thing almost roasts Gimbal,
Yeah.
and then flies off, and Gimbal almost stays on, but did fall off. And then
And
we go,
Shor Gajol dies there.
yeah. Millie took him out with a hit, well, a few hits, but some good ones. And then the dragon, because Gimbal had said basically like the thing that you're calling your master killed your mother, and like pushed off the dragon.
Yeah.
And then he bit Zol and took off.
So
And
then we
that's
took
when it gets
Ashrin. Then we
Yep.
took Ashrin to her peeps.
Yep.
And then they told us to go get us this white shiver shroom.
with Hawk, right?
Oh,
yeah,
with
Hawk.
Hawk.
With Hawk, yeah.
Yeah.
The
And-
name mother might have been.
Okay. All right. So quick pause. We're going to interrupt the story here because we're getting pretty close to where we're at, and I want to do a quick cast interview here. So
no.
we did this at our Blue Box Con this weekend, but we had one missing player.
Sorry.
Wonder why.
Because she lives in this weird country with these bizarre borders.
Canada.
Right.
So imagine.
Canada.
Oh, Canada. All right, so, Vivi.
I thought you were gonna sing it for a second. I was gonna be really impressed.
I was going to be impressed too. I was like,
No, that's all I know. We da 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 da. All right, so you haven't. Yeah, I know the
Make
tune.
a new national anthem here.
All right. So, Vivi, you obviously were the only one of the GHA cast not here for Blue Box Con, which is
Right.
no shade because you live in this weird communist country. Sorry, I didn't mean that. You just with like restrictions with your borders. No, I didn't mean that either. You were busy. Let's put it that way. And so I would like to do the same thing with you that we did with the other players, which is a cast interview. And Rory, who plays Gimbal, he ran all the cast interviews. So Rory, take it away, my friend.
So, you thought you pulled dice out for nothing. Do you still have your dice with you?
Ooh.
Nope.
Oh my.
Good.
Liar!
Did it
Liar!
in the car.
Liar!
Okay.
well done.
Okay,
Gosh.
I'm just randomly picking one because you're supposed to roll a d12 for this and you don't have one. So.
You don't have a D12?
Roll for me.
Come on, Vivey.
Vivey?
What?
Vivi? Vivi Vivi? Come on.
Kayla, do you have a d12? You're the guest on the show.
Yeah, Kayla.
Oh, do you?
Oh my gosh! I've got all these players, and you don't have dice.
Go. Yes.
Go get dice.
12, you speak.
This is shameful.
Look, I'll just ask you a question.
I've got dice
got mine right
and
there.
dice and dice. Everyone dice.
She didn't expect the Spanish Inquisition. Nobody expects the Spanish Inquisition.
Nobody.
No one expects the Inquisition of the Spanish.
Inconceivable.
You are not
Inconceivable.
prepared.
I don't think you're
You
using
know
that
how
word.
to
Do it.
use it.
You ready for this?
There we go.
Yes.
Yep. Ba, 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 ba,
Oh.
ba, ba, ba.
It's a
Before
one.
she said, okay, she already said the number.
Okay, so wait, real
Shorty,
quick.
Before you say that, okay.
Wait, real quick. This is the first I've seen this. Hold on. Let me show this. Oh my gosh, what a great pick. This is the pick of all of us. Well, hold on. I got a text coming.
Folks.
All of us at Blue Box Con. Look
Just
at
jump on
that.
Discord.
That's not.
We will. We'll
Where's
put it up.
Josh?
Look at that. That's.
Where's Josh? How's Josh looking?
Oh, Josh looks like crap. All right, go on.
Josh and
Evelyn.
Thomas.
Oh,
Just
hold
the
on.
tip for
Maybe I
us.
can do it.
All right.
Exclamation point Discord. Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, look at you being all Evie.
I'm gonna be
Yeah.
Evelyn.
Look
from
at you
now.
Evie.
being all Evie.
FEI. It's FEI.
Yeah.
FBI.
So question number 1.
Okay.
What got you to start streaming, specifically talking in Greyhawk Awakening? What got you to start streaming and why?
What got me? Okay, so funny story. Greyhawk is like my first stream ever. Like I've never ever streamed, which I don't think John knew about that when he had asked me to join. I think he thought that I'd streamed before.
I did. You're right.
Yeah.
Still regrets it.
Aw. No, John had, it was a one shot that me, you, and Josh and John had all played in initially. And then during our one shot, John had sent me a message and just said like, hey, you're really great. Like, are you interested in doing this kind of stuff? And I was like, And I sat and thought about it for a bit because I've never done anything like that before. But I just thought, oh, what the hell, why not? And try something I've never tried before and kind of push myself out of my comfortable bubble. And here I am.
Very uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
Go ahead, roll another d12. John, you were planning that a long time ago then, because that was in the beginning of the summer that I started hosting those games.
Yep.
Yeah.
So
After
dang,
I was spanked.
you took forever to ask me.
Yeah. No. You were my last choice, Rory. No, I'm teasing.
For sure.
But Vivi, Vivi, I was surprised because I thought you had three. Oh, we got a 1 from
Stop
Kayla.
rolling ones.
Gotta roll
You
again.
gotta roll again.
No doubles.
Get good.
Are you
Don't-
sure about
did you-
that? Are you
you-
sure about that?
Oh. 11.
Just rolled a 1 and then a 1, then rolled an 11.
No, Jester. Rory was on top of my list. I don't know why I was late getting out to him, but
So we'll do this. Vivi, don't answer yet. So
Okay.
number
Vivi,
number
answer.
11. Do you prep for your game? I want people in the chat to answer this for
Ah.
Vivi. Do you
Okay.
think she preps for her game prior to playing?
Hey, I can answer this one.
So throw it in the chat, yes or no. Does Vivi prep for her games prior to playing?
Let me find the compilation video or photo where she's just eating.
Yeah, how she preps.
her ramen. She preps with ramen noodles.
That's it. It's in the memes.
It is
No,
in me.
Vivi.
There
Vivi,
it is.
Don't give yes or no. But Vivi, do you prep?
Red
not
Reb,
yes.
Ranger Harley,
Okay.
Lord Forth. We got yeses and snorts in the chat.
Yes, very good. STW Jester, define prep. Depending. So when I was running homebrew, I did initially because when I first started DMing, I did an obscene amount of prepping, and then I realized that your players just do nothing of what you prep anyway. So
Do you prep before Tuesday games?
do I prep before Tuesday games?
No. No.
She preps her food right
She
before-
doesn't.
Yeah.
She
My
preps her
dinner.
ramen, her noodles, her.
Hey, I signed up for
prepped
ASMR. I don't know
one.
about you guys.
Yeah, I prep my whatever I eat. Yes, thank you. I prep my ramen. 2 minutes. Oh, I do not cook ramen in the microwave. No, that is an
gosh.
Asian sin.
That is sacrosanct.
I cannot do that.
Like
Oh,
saying
I
you
love
can
that.
use rice in a pan on the stove.
Exactly.
As Terry said, that is
Thank you very
sacrosanct. You
much.
cannot do that.
Oh.
It depends on what's happening. If I know what's going to happen and it's going to be something big, or like if we kind of end on a really good cliffhanger, and I do know that something's about to happen, yes, I will prep a little bit, but nothing too intense. I kind of just go with the flow. Fly by the seat of my pants.
So this one's not on here. I'm curious now though. I sent you because I thought we were gonna have a stream when I couldn't attend. I sent you my notes and whatever for that stream. Did you look at those?
Oh yes, I looked at them and
So
I
what
studied
did you think by that?
because I was scared. I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna have to run your character, and then I was like, please don't die. That's why I said, how many hit points do you have? Because I didn't want to kill your character.
But I mean for the prep part, because you would have seen my so I prep extremely
Oh, I
a
know.
lot.
Oh, I
Yeah.
know.
So did you like almost die?
Yeah, because I was like, at first when you asked me, I said, okay, I think I can do this. Thank you for trusting me. I hope you don't die. Please don't be mad at me forever. And then I looked at your notes and I was like, oh, I can totally play your character because you pretty much have the entire session planned out, down to like the things that you were going to say. So I was like, oh, okay, I just need to memorize what he's gonna say and I'll be good.
Okay.
Yes.
That is interesting. One last D12 and then there's two more, or
Okay.
a couple more questions. Kayla, that's you.
9.
9.
9.
No, I don't want to. I'm just.
What have you learned? So, okay, perfect. So this is a good one to transition. What have you learned about your character and as an extension yourself because of your character?
Lilith is actually an extension, an over-exaggerated version of myself. So it makes it. I was just thinking about, because she was the first person I would ever play on stream, which is kind of nerve-wracking in itself. I thought that her character and her personality being very close to who I am would be very easy to play, or very more comfortable for me to play outside of trying to be somebody that I normally don't, right? Especially because it's live and people are watching. So I think her character has developed in a lot of ways that I didn't think she would develop. And I typically, for backstories, I don't really like to write write everything down for my backstory in completion, because I like there to be a little bit of wiggle room in case, and based on like the other characters in the story as well, and kind of base that off of that. It's just, I think her connection with each and every individual player in this group has kind of shaped Lilith in a certain way in different aspects, which I really like. I don't know. She's kind of where I thought she would be, but there's a lot of aspects of her where I didn't think that she would go that way or take that route. And just friendships and kinships that she created just based on the players in the group. Like her really strong connection with Millie. Like that, I did not have that plan whatsoever. Having the pots in her thing was just a funny, like, oh, I'm just gonna prep her so that she's ready to like go on this, like, her night with Galen and stuff like that. And then it just became a thing between Millie and Lilith, and a bond and a showing of like appreciation and like love for her character. Yeah.
And kind of on the note of Millie, you have a Millie pocket. So what was a fascination for Lilith? I have a total of 3
yes,
questions.
Millie's
including this one.
pockets.
So
I
what
saw
was
your picture. Tell me
what
about
was
the pockets.
the fascination for the pockets?
Well, the pockets in herself is because a lot of Lilith's backstory, elves in general are just typically very secretive. Grugaks, because she's a Grugak and she's like from deep in the Vespi forest, and where she comes from, like nobody leaves, nobody comes, excuse me, nobody comes, nobody goes, right? So she's kind of, it's like almost like essentially like Ariel exploring like the human world, right? So that's essentially how Lilith is, and she collects odd trinkets and oddities,
but it's not things she doesn't value, like money. She doesn't want shiny things or things, just things that she thinks are interesting or hold stories, or just things that are just kind of weird and that she likes or has a connection with, and she'll throw them all in her pockets. That's kind of where the pockets was. I also like, typically when I do create characters, I like them to all have weird quirks. Her weird quirk is that she doesn't understand personal space. And she collects
True.
she collects things that aren't very typical of, like, people like gold or shiny things. Like, she just collects things like teeth or weird things that she finds, and she's like, you know what, this is kind of cool, like, I'm gonna throw that in my pocket. I think also that's good for the DM to kind of think about beyond the ball of like random things that Lilith could possibly find somewhere.
Lilith or Millie was part crow.
All right, so you like this one? I sent this to you.
Girls only want one thing. God sent me this, and it was amazing.
I sent this meme to her. I don't know where I got it. I found it. I sent this to her on our Discord, and she like laughed out loud.
Oh, it was so
with
good.
it. But
I
yeah,
loved it. It was perfect.
They want pockets.
After Millie's death, because she had such a strong connection with Millie, and like part of Lilith's backstory, like we don't really know a lot about Lilith because she's very secretive. But part of her backstory is that she's an only child, so she's never had a sister or anything like that ever. And like her bond with Millie was so strong, and it was very much so like a sister. And to lose her was a very great loss for her. See, now I'm getting upset about it again because I don't want to talk about her death. Her death was very, very hard on Lilith because she was like her sister, and she had essentially lost a part of her. And to keep her with her, in memory of her, she had cut a piece of Millie's cloak and sewn it over one of her pockets, and then forth, always putting things that she reminds her of Millie, she will put in that pocket. So typically Lilith doesn't go after shiny things, but Millie loves shiny things and gold, and it's very backwards to what Lilith grew up to believe. Like, they told you that people who valued money wasn't good and shouldn't be trusted and stuff like that. And Millie was like the opposite of all those things that she kind of grew up and learned about. And then Millie kind of just like threw all of that out the door for her. So that's kind of why she put that, and all the things that Millie had left to her in her like will, so to speak, she put in that pocket. And because Millie's last wishes was to be let off at sea and be buried at sea, she took some of that sand that was when they were by the ocean. She took some of that sand to just line the bottom of the pocket for her. So that's where that came from.
A quick note, though, we should use past tense when talking about Millie.
No.
She's dead.
No. No.
So 2 more questions for you, Vivian. These ones have to do with you. So great.
Okay.
Talking about the emotion of Millie's death,
Yeah.
right, and how that affected. So this one is what we've been playing together for like 9-ish months or so. So what have you learned about the group of GHA as players, not as characters?
As players?
Yeah.
In which way? How did you guys answer this?
We didn't get this question.
Yeah.
I learned
Yeah,
as
you did.
As players, I learned how immature Josh is and how
Yeah.
he's exactly like me. There's a lot of back and forth between me and Josh, just between me and Josh, via Discord, because sometimes my mind goes somewhere where it's probably not very appropriate, and I just kind of message Josh about it. Rory, I am absolutely astounded by your organization skills, first of all, for
Oh my gosh.
anything that you do in regards to this. So you're just like prepping for the session, things like that, and always just using magic very unconventionally is something that like I just never ever thought about. Like, I thought about, like, to a degree, yeah, and there's like there's a lot of leeway to using spells, and I've used a little bit in that way, but like never in that fashion that you have ever used spells ever. Like, a lot of the times you're like, oh, I'm looking for this specific thing, and I'm like, what the hell is he up to? Because you know that it's like leading up to this great thing. Terry, it was great as a player. First of all, just your role playing and stuff like that, that's amazing. you're amazing to just kind of like fall. It's crazy because you came into the session not at the beginning with everybody, and it always is hard to come into a session when it's a well-established group and there's already bonds and stuff like that, so it's kind of hard to kind of get in. And I feel like with both Shorwin and Rin, those characters are such lovable characters in their own way that you're able to just seamlessly kind of come into this group without having any issues, like, and just everybody just falling in love with both of the characters that you've created. With Evelyn, I love her to freaking death. She is amazing. I don't know how she is a master multitasker. Like literally, like
She really is.
playing two characters, doing things on Discord, and like, you know, making memes on like in the background. Like her organization skills also is just like through the roof, and her RP skills. Things like that. I love you guys all to death.
So that explains why I asked her to be my partner on Blue Box. Like I got so lucky. So if you don't know, Evelyn is the wife of Matt. Matt worked for me at my previous company, the one I was at for 10 years, and he was part of my software development team. And I invited them all over to play games with me on Sundays. That's how Blue Box really got born. And he brought his wife over. Well, that sounds really weird, but I'm just saying, like, she was so good a role player, and she really embraced the stream, and I love Matt. Matt's been great. Matt plays in my 4K, or pardon me, Fourth Age campaign quite often, but Evelyn is off the charts talented, and has, like, she helps me. Because I can't keep up with everything that I'm trying to do. Josh, I saw, like, last night, bravo, sir. You handled. Thank you, Zerathanon, for the resub. That's Josh. Josh helped us in our Discord, by the way. He's an amazing guy. Really helps us a lot. But I saw last night you, Josh, different Josh, two Joshes. I saw your stream struggled a bit with audio, and you got it fixed. And I wanted you to know, dude, it's okay. It's happened to me so many times. Streaming tech messes up, but the way you handled it, and I love what Hobbs and and all your players, they were so supportive, and they said, look, it happens, and it does. Your stream was great last night, dude.
Yes.
Oh, I just rewatched it today after I woke up from my nap. It was so good.
It was so good. It was so good.
I apologize, it's good.
But yeah, it's just Evelyn is just absolutely insane, and we sing her praises all the time. And obviously, based on our very squirrely stream, with our very important lore keeper missing, goes to show how important she is.
She's okay.
But yeah, she's all right. But also going back to Josh, because I didn't skip over you because I meant like you were just immature and that was it.
No, it's fine. I'm used to this.
No.
I am but a child. I'm 12. We've been through
Who's
this.
Josh?
Who is Josh?
Yeah, I always forget about him.
John, JJ.
Not only is
John Jr.
John, shut up so I can talk about you.
Talk about him. Talk about him.
Josh has this, I don't even know how to explain it. The way that he is able to captivate the audience and completely lose you in a moment is, I've never seen that before. And I will literally be like on stream forgetting that I'm streaming because Josh has just created this moment, and you like goosebumps all over, and I don't even know what the hell I look like during these moments because I'm just like just lost, gaping and just, or like sobbing, or it is incredible. I do forget how young you are sometimes, but you feel like you're a very old soul stuck in a young body. And but yeah, like, props to you, Josh. Amazing.
Soon he'll be able to drink.
Soon, yeah. We can
but you're right. He is an old soul, and what Josh is doing is great, and he's learned a lot from me. He has credited me, and he said he's copying me in many ways, but I've learned from him too. There's many things that Josh does that I look at and go, I can get better. I can do better. And so I am so thankful to have all of you on my stream. And Josh, you're a friend of mine. I know you look at me as a mentor in some ways, but I also look at you as someone that's teaching me. So thank you.
What happened to us talking about like the history of this show?
We took a break. We took a break.
This is the interview. So
The
there's one last- there's
interview.
one
It's
last
a
question.
One last
segue.
question, Josh. Hush.
One last question.
I still yet have time to make you cry. Hang on one
Spit a
second.
pen or something. Jeez.
So from the growth of Millie, or Millie, she's dead. She don't grow no more. From the
Millie's dead.
from the growth of Lilith and the pockets and the group and everything, Vivi, what would you say is, if you can, one or if you have a couple of fond moments since being on GHA, fond moments created because John is our DM?
Oh, there's so many fun moments. I feel like John is our DM, so he creates the situations in which we can build bonds as characters in certain ways. Like, we wouldn't be able to build and have these moments. Like, I don't think I've ever played D&D in the sense where I had gotten that emotionally invested into my character or into the other characters that are in this game. And I don't think that, like, with it, I mean, yeah, of course all of us are all here, but I mean, it's run by one person, and that's John. And I think allowing us, and John always says that too, he's like, if I'm quiet, it's because I want you guys to RP. And I think, like, that's such an important thing for us as a group, like, not just combat, like fight, but he gives us times and like breather moments to really connect with each other as characters and divulge into your backstory and kind of, and in a natural way, and not like, oh, okay, well, you're sitting by a campfire, it's nighttime, like, do it, you know, like, it's very, very natural in the sense of, like, you know, this seems like a good moment for you to RP, and then and let things talk about maybe divulging a little bit more into your backstory, or just getting to know each other and bonding a little bit more as characters as well. But yeah, like, Greyhawk Awakening has been my first ever emotionally invested character and group that I've ever been a part of. Like, Millie's death was horrendous for me, and I was in denial for a long time. Like, and I know that I was in denial, and I still to this day am in denial about her death. I don't want to be. And like, as you could tell just earlier, like, I was talking about it, it makes me still emotional. And that's just like a bond that I never thought that I would have with another character, like, so strong and feel so strongly towards. And this was things that like the pot of scent that I put behind her ear during all these moments, and like, it started off as something innocent, and then it just became moments where she was feeling down, and I would pull it out to comfort her and things like that. And then right till the end, when Millie did die and Brim had carried her dead body out onto the cart, and Lilith had tucked her in and made sure she was comfortable and warm, even though she had passed. And in that moment too, still for her, for the last time, taking that pot out and putting it behind her ear. For the majority of the stream, I was totally fine. Like, well, not totally fine. I was like trying to hold back tears the entire time. But it was just that final scene that completely broke me. And also just looking at Evelyn's face. Like, I was talking and I'm like, I'm gonna be okay, I'm gonna be okay, I'm gonna be okay. And then I looked up at Evelyn and she was like a sobbing mess.
When you
nope,
jumped,
not okay. Like, and then I just broke down.
Vivi, when you jumped in the back of the cart and you pulled back, I mean, that moment was one of the most emotional roleplay moments I've had in 40 years of playing. It was,
yeah.
I mean, it was incredible.
I can't watch it without sobbing, and I will continue to watch that episode and sob my eyes out. Which is kind of, I'm also, like, Lilith as a character is also kind of battling a couple of things, because I don't want to drag her death on so long, but as a part of Lilith's character, Millie is still so much a part of her, and she's still mourning a death. Like, and realistically, in real time, like, it hasn't been that long since Millie has died.
No,
so
it hasn't.
It's
been like less than, like, maybe a week and a half, 2 weeks.
Yeah, exactly. And so, like, I don't want to drag on Millie's death, but I still want to be true to Lilith's character, in the fact that she would still be mourning her sister, essentially, right? So, and hence why when we were there and there was all this gold, it just kind of took back, and she kind of just clung to Brim and was like, you know who would have really enjoyed this? It would have been Millie, because she would have been right in there
Right.
with the gold and be like, ooh, shiny things, you know. And so it kind of just I kind of just stopped it for a minute and just to kind of like think, and then Brim was really good at just being like, you know, and Sherwood would have been telling us to hurry up instead of standing here talking about things all the time. So
I literally heard that in
If-
Evie's voice too. Ooh,
Yeah.
shiny things.
yeah, ooh, shiny
Yeah, you did.
things.
Yeah, she does
And
it
if-
so
if
well.
I-
So
if I may
I'm sorry, real quick. I'm gonna acknowledge the chat. So you've got Evelyn telling me that my bird is rubbing against my mic, which is not something I would ever read in chat, I thought. So I'll keep more careful with that bird. Thank you, TR.comics, 5 gift subs, I think, on tonight. We appreciate that. Time Lord's wife, Kayla, your chat is super funny. Thank you. Little improv, that's right. Honeybee Crafter with Pat Draws. Thank you, all the chatters. All right, so Vivi, anything else you want to say about your character?
Lilith does have a lot of backstories. As much as I don't prep, she does actually have quite a bit of backstory.
So don't say too much. Don't say too much because her back.
I won't say anything, but I'm just
Okay,
saying she
all
does
right.
have a lot of backstory that has yet to be revealed. I will say, with the moment with Gimbal reaching into her pocket, so Grugax, I can actually tell you that.
Yeah.
So the highest, it says the greatest, to betray or to steal from your own tribe is considered one of the greatest crimes to the Grugax. So that's hence why she reacted in that way when Gimbal reached into her pocket, because she assumed that he was trying to take one of her valuable things. It's not valuable, but to her they're very valuable, and so she reached back and snapped and grabbed his arm so quickly because she's like, what are you doing? Because her tribe essentially is now Gimbal and Brim, because that's where the totem came from, right? So she has taken them in as her tribe, and she will eventually with Rin and Elandris as well, but this is her tribe, and so she thought that he was trying to betray her or steal from her, so she was like, hang on a minute, let's not do that, because the punishment for Grugax for stealing or betraying is banishment. So that
He
was a
did
very
not
good moment
steal.
that he wasn't
gave.
trying to steal, and he was
I
trying to
gave.
then put something into her pocket, and hence why she changed her tune after she found out that he was putting something in her pocket and not removing something. Exactly, Padros. I will cut you.
Yeah.
I
Cut
do
you.
have one last question, if I may,
Okay.
John.
Yeah.
Yes, please.
Just to bring the topic up a little bit, and Millie, please forgive me if I'm speaking out of place, but now it's on stream, so I guess it's there. Can you explain the impact of MVP? Explaining MVP, right? So you talk about how John has facilitated situations that bring these memorable moments for you. What about the MVP? Because in the beginning, you didn't like that. So how has that impacted you, John, facilitating these moments of us saying, well, vote for me?
Okay, so as I think a lot of people will know me as a very like outgoing, and I have no problems like being somebody else's cheerleader. However, talking about myself and trying to like bump myself up and be like, it's just something that gives me like a buttload of anxiety. Like, I don't like it. I don't feel like I don't know, it's just something that's with me. Like, I feel like I have a hard time being confident in myself, but I have I have a lot of confidence in other people. I have no problems bumping up the confidence in other people.
I love it. I'm sorry. I'm trying not to interrupt, but I got to interrupt.
No.
I love that. I love that. I love that. So yes, buttload is a real thing. Look it up. It's an actual term of measurement.
Yes.
But also, I have a Discord chat from Kayla today referring to butt nuggets. So you have buttloads and butt nuggets. But still, that's why I do it, because I know you're all such gracious, humble people. I want you to toot your own horn just a bit. It's okay to celebrate the good stuff you do. Back to you, Vivi.
So it actually, at first when you had said about the stream MVP, I really, really struggled with it like a lot, because I just couldn't think of things. But I actually sat down and talked to Rory about it, and he said like he kind of put it in a different way for me to think about. And he said, instead of saying why you should be stream MVP, why should Lilith be a stream MVP? And so then in my mindset, it kind of helped me take it off of myself and then put it onto somebody else, which I can be a hype girl for somebody else, can't be a hype girl for myself. So I could hype girl Lilith all day long. So I think that really helped me in that sense of being able to talk about what I did well in a session, or what I thought I did well in a session. Also, I tried to jot notes on the side just so that I can remember, because typically I always forget. But yeah, I think it has been a really great exercise for me in general, like just in real life, to be able to kind of look at the things that you have just done recently and be proud of the stuff that you've done, and
wow.
celebrate the stuff that you've done.
Oh, wow. I didn't know it was going to go there. That's so cool. Thank you. It's like that, but that is like, look, we all have, I'm sorry, I'm jumping in here with some real life stuff, but we all have a negativity bias. It's a natural cognitive bias. It's proven scientifically that you remember the bad things that happen at a 10-to-1 ratio from the good things that happen. All of us have this. It's a natural cognitive bias. So you have to enforce the sort of habit of celebrating victories, celebrating good things that happen. If you watch bad news, you're way more likely to remember it, refer to it, recall it, repeat it back to someone else than you are good news. And so this idea of celebrating the good things that happen, celebrating your success, celebrating what you do, that is part and parcel of why we do this, and that means a lot to me. Thank you so much, Vivi.
Can I touch on that as well?
Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead, Terry.
Because I got yelled at my first 3 streams for me saying I didn't really do anything. Everybody else was awesome.
Yes.
And I think part of what I loved, my favorite time, John, and I'll tell you right now, was when we had to talk about somebody else.
Yes.
So, and
You know who brought that up?
you have to understand why. So for those that don't know, and most people do now, I teach technical theater. I started out as an actor
Technically.
and switched over to technical theater because I didn't want the accolades. I wanted to pump other people up. As an actor, you thrive and survive for the accolades that you receive on stage. I've known enough, and I was one, and loved every minute of it. But came a time in my life where I switched, and I would always much more pump up somebody else than I would myself. I prefer being invisible in what I do, and that then translates in what I do as a game. So I understand what you're saying. But again, part of that, like if I could sit there and like talk about Lilith or talk about Gimbal or talk about Brim or talk
it'd be
about,
great. Yeah.
I could go on for ages.
Same.
Wait. I got to stop. Josh, you ready? You put it in the chat. We are Hans and Franz, and we are here to pump you up.
Gosh, I forget what that was from. But
No, it's
Saturday Night Live stuff.
He put it in the chat. We had to do it. We are Hans and Franz. No, but look.
To pump you up.
Pump you up. We are here to pump you up.
When it happened.
Yes. All right, so look, but I think this is, like, I didn't know we were going to go here tonight, but I guess this is just a continuation of this very emotional weekend for me. But this idea that, look, it's easy for us to celebrate others, and I love that. We should celebrate others. Pumping other people up, celebrating what they do, that is great. But I think we are so often hesitant to celebrate our own victories. And honestly, I loved what Lisi posted in my Discord. The way she was celebrated this weekend, and all the people that reached out. Kayla, the way you connected with Robert, that meant so much to me this weekend. So we can celebrate others, but it's okay every once in a while to pump yourself up. And that's what this whole idea of Stream MVP is. Talk about not you per se, but your character. All right, I'll let you guys go back to it.
You know, no, I had never seen it from that side of things, kind of like how when therapists tell you should write like 10 things a day that you're grateful for. So yeah, I like that. Thank you, John.
No, that's.
But I still don't like you at the same time.
Well, I'm still going to keep doing it. So there you go. All right. So
Is this
Kayla.
where we jump to Kayla and say, Kayla, do you have any questions?
No,
for
that
me?
you. Oh my God.
Wait, Kayla's here?
You read my
hey,
mind,
Kayla.
Terry.
I'm sorry,
Terry, you
who's
read my mind. So we'll do we're never gonna get through the rest of Greyhawk Awakening and all this happens.
No.
It's not happening
No.
tonight. But I want to talk about Blue Box Con. I want to talk about Kayla. I want to talk about Children of Dirt, Time Lord's Wife, your streams. Get really deep into what's happening in those. And Kayla, it was such a pleasure to meet you this weekend. I mean, you made a huge difference in Blue Box Con. So I'd like you to talk about what made a difference to you this weekend, questions you have for me or for the players, and take a few minutes for yourself, please.
No,
Terry called it. He knew this was coming.
Ourselves.
hold on.
John always comes in with the best phrasing.
Okay, I got
so-
this. Hold on, I got this. Alright. Frick. Alright. So there's this time where we were out on the dock and we were all just kind of talking and you just could hear the laughter just reverberating off the pond and just echoing all throughout the yard. It was so beautiful. And I was being really quiet and everybody was wondering why I was being quiet, and like it even said they're like, oh my gosh, did we say things to offend her? Like, is she totally upset with like how we're doing? And it was just like this, just like we're doing on Blue Box. No, like I was like, guys, I was actually crying the entire time. I was sitting out there like, because I was surrounded by such amazing people this entire weekend, and honestly to come out of like a pandemic, like not being around people, like constantly in my house, only having interactions off like from the internet, watching you guys like being kind of like window shopping, being on the outside looking in and still feeling that connection, but then being with you this weekend and actually feeling that connection and how like loving you guys were. Like honestly, I walked into your guys' home and I immediately felt like I was just like from like my site, like it's like a home away from home is what you guys have there, and it's so beautiful. So like I tried not to cry this entire weekend, but like I got into the airport and I was going towards my plane and I started crying, and then I was like, I was fine on the plane, and then I off the plane and I was walking home and I started crying again because I was like, I don't know the next time I'm gonna see these people, because I just want to play D&D with you guys now. That's all I want to do. Sorry.
No, don't.
Sorry,
I
I'm
love you
gonna
guys so
need
much,
everybody to
you know.
move to the same place now.
Yes,
Yeah.
we're all moving to Canada.
Los Angeles.
All right, so look, no, I'm glad you said that, Vivi, because look, I'm very sensitive to folks that could not come, and I know there were many of the people that said things in chat on our Discord. I don't want any of you to feel left out. You are loved, you are part of our community, and I'm hoping that you can come in future years, but if not, you are always part of this. But what you just said, Kayla, that's honestly, my heart ached when all of you left. I just felt such a kinship and such a bond with everyone that came, and it was a really, really special weekend this weekend, and we're going to do it again next year. And I'm not going to do it on my birthday because I don't want to lose my mind. I just want to celebrate the people, not me. This was weird. It was my 50th birthday. I actually didn't like that part of it. I wanted it to be about the con, not about my birthday. So next year, won't be on my birthday. It'll be on the con.
We'll
But
still make it about John.
no. It'll be about.
No
it'll-
dinosaur shirts.
I was gonna say a
We're
bigger
all
cake
wearing
this
dinosaur
time.
shirts.
And we're eating the wings off the dragon first, so it's a dinosaur.
But man, it was like I walked out. I saw people on the dock.
Dino Con.
What was it, DinoCon? No,
Yeah, so it's a
no.
dino Cantra, so
I don't know. Maybe I
dino
will. Maybe I'll do DinoCon next year. Who knows? But like, I loved it. Rory, I walked out there. I saw your boy fishing on the pond. I love that. I love watching people celebrate on the dock, and I love the fact that even after the con, people went back to hotel rooms and played board games, and you had people like Robert and Honeybee and I think Kayla all driving in cars together, making sure they got to the airport and taking care.
Kristen. Shout out
Kristen,
to Kristen.
yeah,
Love
Kristen.
girl.
Oh yes, exactly. Yes, she was amazing. Lisi was amazing. I just thought it was. I wanted to be careful about this tonight because I don't want anyone that wasn't there to feel left out. I want you to feel part of it. And you can come again next year. We'll do something. We'll figure it out. We'll give you much more advance notice. If you couldn't be there this weekend, it's because, frankly, I sucked and did it like 6 weeks before the date. Like, it was so rushed and it wasn't ready yet. So we'll give plenty more notice next year. But everybody will have conflicts. That always happens. And if you can't come, you're still part of the Blue Box community, and you're still part of what we do here. And I just think we have. I'm going to shut up after this and get back to the last few minutes of the stream, but it was a group of like-minded players, good people, fundamentally good people. I don't care your race, your gender, your ethnicity, your religious background. I don't care. I have my own choices and whatnot, but it is about community, and it's about playing the game and celebrating everyone. And I felt it was a really diverse group of good people. All I want, the only thing I'm not diverse with, is being good. Be good. Good people, that's what we had here this weekend. All right, I'll stop.
Also, the Ren Fair was fun.
Yeah. I beat Terry in throwing axes.
Just dropping
I mean,
this
you're
guy's
also a
blood.
professional.
Terry almost killed my son.
We are
I did, with a knife. With a knife.
Yes.
Yeah.
just so you guys
Throwing
know,
knives are hard for
Oh,
those
very
of
we
you.
are
hard.
planning for the Highland Games in September.
Moose
So,
said
I'm not going to
CadeCon, free
so you
rum.
guys know.
I
No
can't.
free
It's
rum.
really soon, but we are planning something like that.
But I also was hoping when I heard that we weren't going to be doing GHA tonight, I also really wanted to say to, of course, the people that did come and didn't come, but just the appreciation that I had just from meeting them, like it completely changed how I view the chat, because like it's secondhand right here. It's, you can't see them, you can interact as much as possible, but you can't really touch, feel, say hello to these people. And so it just made me have a greater respect and care for Rory, for Terry, for Kayla, for Evelyn.
Like you say names and you're going to forget some. There were so many.
Many.
Like so many people. All of you in the chat. I see Patrick, like Fraley17. It was so good to meet him.
Yeah.
See that the whole 3D print thing he set up.
Yeah.
Pat66. Lawful Stupid. You raided into us that day. I'm so glad to see you on here tonight. I want you to be here next year. I don't know where you live, frankly, who you are, but I love your stream. I think you're in Europe, so I'll work with you to pay for your ticket. Like, let's get you
he
over
said
here.
He was in the UK.
Yeah,
so-
I know. I don't care.
Just have him come.
Let's bring him over. Let's get some UK fans. We got people from Scotland, from, well, even the far reaches of the nether globe, like Canada. We'll get them all here.
And we honestly, for the people that weren't able to make it this year, we have one question for you.
I'm across the border.
I've wanted to say that this whole
Go ahead,
session.
Josh. Go ahead, Josh.
No, but one of the and for those that haven't attended any type of conference in general, right? So I haven't been, to these types, but I've been to a lot of theater conferences, and there's something to be had when you get to be with people face to face. Obviously, the pandemic, especially this year, has made it really difficult, and I think that's what made it special for this year. And I think in the next couple of years, as cons, like I was supposed to go to Detroit's Comic-Con last year, and it was canceled. And because all of these have been canceled over the past year, I think what you're going to see is an uptick in the next couple of years with a lot more people, and this ability to be face to face with people and get to connect with people again, because we've been so out of sync with connecting with people in a face to face way. And I think it's going to be huge.
No, I agree. And on the chat, so Dungeon Mystery, I don't know why my ats are not working at all in my chat right now.
Mine aren't either.
Yeah, so it's weird. I don't know what's going on. Like every time I try to at somebody, it doesn't work. But Dungeon Mystery, yes. So Steve, Bloodwild SW, he does live in Shasta County. That's where my wife, Cade Cardinal, also Short Mom on the Run, is from. And we met. We lived up there for a while. Northern California, and that's where Steve is at. So it's in real near Butte County, not Butt County, if anyone's wondering how that's spelled.
The Butt County. I love
All right. So quickly before we end, I would like.
Choice between 2 counties.
I would like. Oh, you're in Chico? I ran a company inside Chico, dude. Oh my goodness. Small world, yes.
Yeah, I love the
Do you know,
Chicos in the
John?
butt.
Dungeon Mr. Ty, he's a part of my main Wednesday group.
He is?
Our Greyhawk lore keeper. He started.
Oh, okay, so he's got to connect with me. I literally ran a company inside of Chico, California. I lived in Redding for a while, Shasta County. I drove between Redding and Chico every other day with this company that I was with. So, yes, Chico. Oh, that's so cool. I love this community and this connection. This is so cool. All right, so before we close off, we only got about halfway through the lore of the stream, so we'll have to do this again another night. But
I don't think
no, not really, not
Millie's
really.
dead.
Shorewind's gone. There's 2 new characters. They're pretty cool.
Squeaks
half-elves.
is gone.
Squeaks is gone. Winston is probably in Lilith's pocket.
Yeah,
Blue
as a
bottles.
clue. Yeah.
Hey, as haphazard as that timeline was for somebody who caught up on, when Squeaks decided to leave the party, I'm pretty caught up, guys.
Decided to leave. His master basically kicked him out.
Yeah. Pretty much said, hit the
For
road,
a
Jack.
good reason.
Gimbo
back.
went pretty close to killing him there for a second.
No.
Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back. All right, so
Don't worry, we'll be back, you guys. Actually,
can we? Okay, so all together.
Throw out there.
A quick GHA stream chorus. Hit the road, Jack. All right, ready? 1, 2, 3. Hit the road, Jack, and don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more.
Yeah.
Get back. All right. Before we close off, because I'm
Roy
done.
wants to say something.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Julie.
Real quick, turns out, so I just went through a big portion of Harry Potter again. Squeak's name, I screwed it up. So it's Squeaks now, but it's supposed to be Snuffles.
What?
So
What?
if anyone knows Harry Potter, they know where Snuffles comes from.
Well, how'd you screw that up, dude? Because you told me Squeaks.
Yeah, I know. This is Squeaks now, and
I
I like
thought they
Squeaks.
said
Squeaks
Squeak.
was
I
the
thought
name
they
of one of
picked
my
it.
stuffed animals.
Okay.
Oh,
works
too.
Animal.
Well, look.
A little stuffed animal that I got when I was 2 that I still have.
Was it a
It's
cat?
Ear Squeaks. It's a mouse. It's Ear Squeaks.
Oh, okay, I was really
Ear
hoping it was a
squeaks, that
cat.
makes sense.
Well, and look.
Those
Remember,
are-
Squeaks is not dead.
Yeah.
Yet.
Yet.
Yeah,
We finally
I brought
get
him up
to
on the screen here.
It's a hawk.
Squeaks.
I like you,
Squeaks.
Josh.
As
Same wavelength.
Yeah.
Including in your drink the other night.
Yeah.
Squeaks as illustrated by Mark Views, the Mark Views, who's another fan here on our channel, and I've got that up on the screen. But before we close off tonight, and we're going to wrap it up because I know other people have to get off to work and other good things, but I want to come back to the 2 people who are really trying to promote their channels and their streams right now. So Time Lord's wife, Kayla, you've got a really cool D&D stream. I want everyone to support what you're doing. And then Josh, I want you to give us a summary of the first 2 streams of Children of the Dirt, because I'm still kind of getting caught up given that I passed out last night. So Kayla, let's start with you. Tell us about your stream and what's happening with your game.
So, if anybody is unfamiliar, I am Time Lord's wife over at the other Blue Box, and you can call me Kayla or any other name that's not derogatory, as we discussed this weekend. But with that being said, over at the channel, we actually just pivoted. Once we started or ended GaryCon, actually, we pivoted the entire channel to TTRPGs. So currently, we're working on a lot of projects. We are starting with the Curse of Strahd campaign, thanks to the Van Richten's guide that literally just delivered today, which I'm about to go through. Super excited about that. But this particular campaign is going to be based around a player character I made when I first started playing D&D. I thought Dompiers were super cool, so I'm going to actually have this Dompier who's a descendant of Strahd, and you guys will essentially be going through like an escort mission, taking her back to Barovia so that she can actually meet her ancestors, and it's going to be a very interesting escort mission. So I'm going to be picking people out for that, and something that we've been talking about our groups, and no, John, your birthday did not inspire me. We actually have been talking about doing this one shot where it's like geriatric adventurers.
Oh, okay. Now I feel better. Okay, yeah. I was hurt when you said my birthday didn't inspire you. You said
We're going
My flail is so shriveled.
So that's essentially what we're planning as well. Here's a one shot that's coming up. And I was like,
a few minutes to get the spell ready.
exactly, and I've got my rolling pin, and I'm. No, it's not.
I wanna play an old grandma.
It's really good timing, isn't it?
Oh,
Like,
I love to whack him. How you doing,
Exactly.
gorgeous?
It's gonna be the old grandma bard. I'm doing it.
exactly. Any Jerry.
Oh my gosh, can they hit on the wenches too? Oh, hello, lovely lady.
I love it. I love it. So
They
keep
used
a
to be
lookout for
called
those.
winches in
You
my
guys can
day.
find us over at Time Lord's Wife.
All right.
On everything.
So
Like,
please, and if Evelyn's probably dealing with her daughter, but if you have time, Kayla, go ahead and pop your creds in the chat. I want people to follow you there if you can. So
That
check,
would be lovely.
yeah, check her out and
She seemed
follow
very nice.
her stream. Again, if you didn't know, this was the sword that I was given for my birthday this weekend by several of the people that were here, including my family, with a blue scabbard for Blue Box, the blue hilt.
get it.
It is beautiful, and I promised when we do Blue Box Con next year, I will not show up in a sweatshirt and a hat.
Yeah.
I will
yeah.
I will get with the
I'm gonna
program.
show up in nothing.
I'm not gonna lie, I kind of turned around. and I was
Glitter.
like, oh,
Glitter.
it's okay. At least you're here. Yeah.
I'll have to get back to where I was about a year ago with my bodybuilding to show up in nothing, but we'll
on.
get close.
Tone
All right.
in. Go
You
for
have
it.
a year.
I'll bring the glitter.
All right, so
Yeah.
go ahead, Josh.
You know you
tell
got
us
glitter, Rory.
tell us about the Children of Dirt.
So, Children of Dirt is a campaign that I started with 3 little randos that had streamed a bit. Cowboy Hop probably the most of the two.
Little random, dude, they're awesome.
Yeah,
Like,
that's
don't-
why. Like, I saw all of them. I knew them all individually, but they didn't know one another. And I was like, they're incredible role players. I want to bring them to a stream. And I had never, ever wanted to do an online stream for people to watch and see. But then I met those nerds. And so I really wanted to do 5th edition because it's the most well known. It's the easiest to pick up, but I also wanted to make a few tweaks, and I wanted it to be more like a mix of The Witcher, Vikings, Dark Souls, and Castlevania, which now that Van Richten's Guide to Ravenloft has come out, I'm very
Say
excited.
Castlevania.
I already call it Castlevania.
Castlevania.
It's Castlevania.
It's
but that's why I was
Castlevania.
curious.
Did I say Castlevania?
No, but honestly,
did.
I talked to Jay. I talked to Jay today, and Jay referred to something as melee. I'm like, melee? No, it's not melee.
Melee?
It's melee. It's like,
Yeah,
we-
melee. When you get into melee and you give them some of your meal. But Children of Dirt, to give you a quick synopsis of wow, there's no real good way to do that. But so 1 more hour from now. But they've currently just saved the town with finding these orcs that ended up killing the frost giant. And now that they have found the orcs, and now that those orcs have been brought to justice and or killed, they're kind of now in the preparatory period as another quest is being brought to them, and they're not sure what quest that is. They've all been paid their king's ransom of 20 gold each for completing this job, and they've all currently now had 9 sessions, 2 of which you guys have seen.
Josh.
Yes.
You know, if you're taking after John, how come you haven't killed any of their characters yet?
One of them went unconscious last session.
Well,
So-
okay,
Yeah,
well,
wait
we
till
go
the-
unconscious all the time.
That's
okay,
soft.
I'm talking
That's weak
about
sauce.
Death, John.
You gotta wait till the
PC
5th
death.
episode.
No, don't let Josh. Come on, you were there. No one died in my first 2 sessions, so that's
so
just
it's-
Terry being
I'll
provocative.
say something. And the name's John Jr. Thank you, Terry. Do not just call me John.
No, dude. You are. So all right. So Josh, I was provoked by the fact I passed out last night before your stream. I was so tired driving. I got caught in traffic. Like 1 o'clock in the morning, and I was going to be on your stream, and I missed it. Now I've only missed 2. But I know the story is eclipsing me a bit. And I talked to Evelyn today, and I said, you know what? I want to do regular sort of 3 to 5 minute, I mentioned this earlier on the stream, 3 to 5 minute streams every week or two, catching people up, and you provoke that. So can you do something like that? Because your storytelling, your theater of mind is so good. Some wrap-ups to keep people engaged would be good for all of the streamers.
So, like, how would that be done? Would that be like something just for socials, for Twitch?
Yes. No, for socials. So where I've seen it done, I think I mentioned the it was Natural Ones, I think is the group. They did that on Instagram, but you could put on Instagram or other socials, put it on your YouTube channel. You could do it on Twitch because you can upload videos to Twitch. So if you wanted a summary video, I think even if it's once a month, I'm going to start doing that, and I would encourage any of the regular streamers, Kayla, Josh, let's all start doing this because I think it brings people in. Go ahead.
One of the things that Critical Role does that I really liked is they used to have, and I haven't been current with it, but they used to have, like, literally before the show even starts, they have a recap. So then if you're watching live, you can be like, oh, this is what happened last week. And so that then part of the stream isn't taken up with someone doing a full recap of what happened last time. Cough, cough, 30 minutes into a session.
Okay, I get that. But that's not the same. So before I respond anymore, anyone else want to take up this cause, or am I on loan here?
We can talk. Well, I got to talk to you about something else post stream. So
yeah, because you had another stream idea, right? Yeah. So no, what I'm saying is like, we have so many new followers on Blue Box.
yes, no, and I agree with you.
Yeah. So we got the people that pop in. It's not just about last week. It's about last month and 2 months and 3 months and 4 months ago. And people don't like to jump into something where they don't know what's going on, they don't have the backstory. And so I think if you could do little bite-sized updates, that's a really good thing to do. So anyway, go ahead, Kayla.
Something that you could also do is set commands up in chat, and then you just set a command for each player's name, and anytime somebody wants to pull that up, it will give them just like a little brief paragraph.
A little synopsis.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no, that's a good idea. I like that. That's a good idea. All right, anyone else before we close off?
No.
Josh, do it! All right, so thank you guys. Not a regular GHA stream tonight, but it was so good to have all of you on tonight. Vivi, is it your short night or your long night?
Oh, it's my long night.
Okay.
I would have, yeah. Oh, it's actually 7:40. It's not too bad.
Yeah, okay. All right, it's
She's
not
Got
bad.
another
7:40.
15 hours. We're good.
Actually, that's what I said. I work typically I start at 8 o'clock at night for work, and I get off at 8 a.m. So the later you go, the more awake I will be.
Good to know. Good to know. Well, I think Josh taught me something when he ran his stream a couple of weeks ago. I sent you the analytics, Josh. I normally stop at 8:30 on Tuesdays, and at 8:30 you had, I don't know, 50-something viewers, and then you kept going, and then you got raid, and you kept going to like 10 o'clock at night, and you got up to 90 viewers at like 9:45. So I do want to do a stream at least once a month that goes a little bit later with my GHA crew if they'll work with me, because
Roughly 1 a.m.
yeah. All right.
Till the end of time.
Till the end of time. All right, guys.
Never stops.
It
So-
just keeps going.
So I'm going to sheathe my sword as symbolic to killing the stream, and we're done tonight. We'll see you all next year for Blue Box Con V2. We'll get the timing worked out, let everybody participate that wants to, but also I'm going to be on vacation. So we'll be back tomorrow night for Lore Masters Arcanum. Robert, if you're still on, I saw Phantom posted something earlier I did not respond to. We're going to do part 2 of our Paladin series tomorrow night. Robert helped me the first time, and all this nonsense about chaotic evil paladins
here it is.
really got my blood boiling. So we're going to do the referendum. That song that never ends. It's okay. We're going to do the referendum on Paladins tomorrow night with part 2 of that stream. Yes, usually stupid. That's right, Lawful Stupid. Thank you. I appreciate that, Steve. You need to be on tomorrow night. If you want to join me on stream, you're more than welcome. And then we'll have guest appearances by Rory. You're going to run a one-shot while I'm on vacation, right, Rory?
Yeah, I mean, I got a down computer I got to fix, but yes, I do intend.
No, I don't care about your computer. You're gonna run, right?
Yeah, I'll be fine.
All right.
I fully intend to, yes.
And then I asked Josh, but he's got something going on. And then I have Robert. Robert's going to run a one-shot. But I'm going to put somebody on the spot tonight.
Vivi.
I'm moving.
No.
So?
She goes, I'm moving.
Kayla.
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 Kayla, would you be willing
Oh,
to
guys,
run
want to play that geriatric one on his?
Yes, I'm in.
You can do whatever
Depends
you
on
want.
What day?
But Kayla, I wanted to meet you first this weekend because I don't just give anybody a spot on my channel. Like I want to
doesn't
make
just
sure
give
they're people I trust and that I know.
No.
Yeah, and but meeting you this weekend, I just feel like I would love to have you run a one-shot on my channel. So let's connect this week, and if the timing works out, while I'm on vacation, it's gonna be 2 weeks. So we'll run Lore Masters Arcanum tomorrow night, and then I won't be back until June 4th, which is a Friday. So my next regular Blue Box stream will be June 6th, which will be our Rune Lords campaign on Sunday. That means there's 2 GHA Tuesday night campaigns. There's 2 Sunday campaigns with Rune Lords I won't be available for, and I already have 2 of those covered. I don't need to cover everyone, but I trust, like, I know Robert's going to do a great job, Roy's going to do a great job, and I really think you would do a great job. And look, Terry, rather, I already asked Josh. I know what Vivi's doing. She's moving. She's too busy. I asked her as well. I didn't ask you, Terry, but I think you're just playing World of Warcraft. So if you want to do...
Funny story, I haven't played in about a month and a half.
Oh, really? Oh, why not?
You've quit?
No, it's there is a content drought right now.
Oh,
And
so you're quitting.
I'm not quitting. I'm just not playing.
Okay.
I've been
It's
doing
hard to
everything.
quit something, but it's okay. We all go through it. You should start playing Guild Wars 2 with me.
If you go through detox, just let us know. So,
We're here for you.
hey, so Lawful Stupid, I want to shout them out again. I always complain I never get rated because my time slots are bad, but I've had 2 people that have rated me regularly, Lawful Stupid and Time Lord's Wife. They've been rating me frequently over the last few weeks, and it's been such a blessing. So follow Lawful Stupid. They are not stupid. They are really cool people, and I'm going to fly them out from the UK next year for Blue Box Con. And then Kayla, follow Time Lord's Wife. Really fun role play. I'll reach out to you for the one shot. I'm better with my hearts now. Look, what?
Yeah, they're getting so much better.
They're
When you
getting
think
so
about
much
it
better.
Too much, they
Oh,
get
okay.
a little
Oh, well,
weird, but
you flexing on me, John. Oh, okay. What? All right.
Some
Thank
good
you.
hard reviews.
Oh, that looks weird. All right. Thank you, everybody. Good night. Thank you to all of our fans and friends. And we're not going to rate anyone tonight. We're just going to cut it off. And all love, Blue Box Con, blew my mind. BLUE, my mind. Everybody have a good night. And we'll see you tomorrow night for Lore Masters Arcanum. Thanks, everybody. Bye-bye.
Wait,
Love you.
Wait.
No, I have to do the thing.
Wait,
If you
dude.
guys haven't followed tonight and you guys haven't subscribed, if you guys have been subscribed and you haven't resubscribed, we have one question for you.
What are you doing? Come on, give us a sub,
we can
give
go.
us a
Now we-
resub, give us a
now we can go. Now
follow.
we're
Well done, well
Thanks,
done, Kayla.
Lord Wife has
Awesome.
announced it. We are completed. We are.
We are,
We've all finished.
we are complete.
First time I'm on the stream and I don't get to do the thing.
She's like, wait,
Yeah, Kayla got. All right, so Set Monkey.
Yes, please, let's
all
keep her.
all of you guys
I
in the
agree.
chat, I see you. Thank you so much for being with us tonight. I'm still punch drunk from this weekend. So much fun and so much joy traveling. There we go. See what happens when you do that? Logical assassin. Ooh, I like that. We need logical assassins. You can't all be illogical.
Thanks, Sean.
And, oh, and STW Jester, some gift subs. Thank you, sir. Bravo. Lots of what are you doing? And Blue Box now signing out. We love all of you. Love to all of our Blue Box Con fans. But if you are not there, don't stress. We still love you, and we'll make this available to all of you next year. Everybody is part of this community. All we care about is just being good people If you're a good people, yes, I did that on purpose. If you're a good people, we want you here at Blue Box, and we love you, everybody. Good night.